You've got the brilliant Statue of Liberty, unmistakable. You've got the Red London Bus. You've got the Eiffel Tower. You've got the kind of myth and magic castle. You've then got the Hawaiian palm trees, and you've then got the Nevada desert. All of that, all of these dies, if I just show you again, each die has got multiple cutting areas. So if I just show you the Golden Gate Bridge, one pass through the machine, or a couple of passes in different coloured cardstock. You've got everything related to the Golden Gate Bridge that you need to make that three-dimensional scene included there. So you've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 different dies for 8 different scenes, plus you've also, of course, got the circle, and you've also got the die for the base of the globe too. And then you get 12 of these fantastic globe circles as well. Now they will be available separately as well if you need refills in the future, but you can, when you've long used those up, you can still use those dies individually as well if you want to without the domes. £45.95 is the price, £9 off. And we've got it on 2 flexis as well, £22.98. And just looking at some of Pete's finished samples here, they are absolutely brilliant. He's obviously printed these postcards out. If you've got postcards already at home that you want to use, that you've already bought, or vintage postcard papers that you want to cut into, that's a great way of using those. But that New York demo that Pete did at the beginning, really, really cool, with the stars and stripes, like that a lot. So £22.98 gives you a flexi basket. Next payment £22.98 in 4 weeks' time. It holds the one-day special price for a whole month for you, and it means you can put other things into your flexi order if you'd like. Other things that prove popular, we've got the Atlas. That's going well. Everything's going very, very quickly. There we are. There's the Atlas. Look. Almost a quarter of the stock of that has gone now at £10.99. I like your idea of putting little pins in where you want to go, or where you've been.
Well, it wasn't strictly my idea. I've got to give credit to whoever it was. So, I wish it was my idea. Oh well.
Now, the insect update for you. 3/4. 3/4 of the stock of the insects gone. He's put his Tim Holtz twist on it, though, because you've got those angular lines on the wings, which is different, and yeah, I love it. Kind of steampunky. £9.99, all 4, and they are big. 415487, and they are thinlet dies, remember those ones. Right, Pete?
Well, we're going to look at the insects, so hopefully we can speed up on this demo just to get to the end of it, if there's any left.
Yeah.
Now, we're also going to be looking at one of our 3D embossing folders, the lumber. We're going to be looking at our trinket frames. We're going to be bringing in our alphabet and our intricate lace background, so there's quite a bit in this demo.
Yeah, right.
So, I'm going to start off embossing. Now, 3D embossing, very different to the standard 2D embossing. I'm going to emboss some black card. I always recommend with card that you spritz it first, because what this does is it kind of loosens the fibers and it allows them to stretch. When you're working with 3D, you don't want the fibers to tear, which doesn't happen all the time, but it depends on the type of card. But it allows them to stretch. Not only that, it improves the way that the card holds the detail. And when it dries, it's rock solid. It's really cool.
Okay.
So now, with the 3D embossing folder, we're going to take my platform and I take the top level off, place the folder with the card inside, and just one cutting plate. That's the difference.
Sandwich.
Absolutely. Straight through.
And like Pete said, it's all printed on the base. If you want the machine of the month, it's on Flexi today, 3-way Flexi, and you get lots to get you started. A big die, thinlet dies, and of course all the platforms you need.
Right, well, here it is. Now, I'm not sure how or where or if you can pick that up there, but you can see it's got the you can see it's still got the water droplets on it there. But when that dries, it's going to be so rock solid. Now, what I've done is I've placed this on my trinket frames. I'll just dry this off so that we can cut it. Just take most of the water off there. There we are.
It really does look like wood.
Oh, absolutely. Once we've we're going the next stage. Once we've done that with the dry brushing, it really is going to look like wood. Now, this is my trinket frames. I'm going to place that on there. Obviously, I would leave this normally till it's bone dry, but quite frankly, not great TV. So we're going to cut it just to give people the idea. And again, because it's a big style, you can do multiple layers of this as well. So that's it. That's what I wanted. You can use the outside as a frame, or you can use the inside for the shape, which is what I'm about to do. Or you can cut it in contrasting colours and stick them back together.
See, I thought that would have flattened the emboss, but it hasn't, has it?
I kind of thought it was a flatten the emboss as well, so there you go.
Yeah.
You live.
Is that because
learn.
you added the water? Is it given the rigidity to the
Well,
card?
it will when it dries.
Right.
When it dries, it absolutely will. But remember, it's going against quite spongy foam, so
Right, yeah.
so it kind of relents, I guess. So now, what I've done, I've actually treated this. Here's one I made earlier. Now this I've painted on some gesso. Now what I'm going to do is I'm taking two colours. It's a dark brown and a light brown. The colours are these Deco Art paints, and it's espresso and desert sand. I always come up with lovely names, don't they? So I'm going to use it now. Any kind of flat brush. I'm going to use this brush, and I'm just taking a little bit, and I'm brushing that back into. I want to take most of the paint off there. But this is where that lovely 3D emboss really comes to the fore, you see. But before I go in with that, I'm actually going to put some brown, because we've got the black on the base. So I want to come in with the brown first. But I just want to show people how it picks up that colour. So this is the espresso paint. So you have to say that with a slight Italian lilt.
Well, you heard Jimmy, my director, obviously. You haven't got an earpiece in, but it's going espresso. It just has to be said in that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. And the other one, if you put that on top of the espresso, it's kind of a cappuccino.
Yeah,
Apologies to all our Italian viewers for that terrible accent.
It's an endearing imitation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think of a very dear...
We love the accent.
A very dear friend of mine, no longer with us, sadly, a guy who was born in Rimini in Italy, and in his 20s he came to the UK, and I swear he got more Italian with every passing year.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Gino de Campo.
Yeah. Oh, completely. You wouldn't believe.
His accent gets broader and broader.
Yeah, and you know what? I loved him dearly. I don't think I understood but 10% of what he told me, because he was so animated and his accent was so thick, and wonderful, wonderful man. Now, so we've got that brown, and the black's coming through as well. So we're going for very subtle changes. Now, here is our desert sand.
Do you find you start talking in an accent depending on where you are?
I think very much so.
I
it's an empathy thing, because I looked into it, and it's called shifting accent syndrome. There is actually a thing, and it's about empathy. And it's like sometimes you'll mimic people's body language or their speech patterns, and it's not a deliberate thing. It's just it just helps you get along.
I went to do some work in Australia a few years ago, and within a week, no word of a lie, I had an Australian lilt.
Yeah.
I almost went then. Did you hear? It's really quite strange. If you're around it enough, I think you pick it up.
I want to go to Liverpool to the West.
Oh yeah, I love the Liverpool accent. Absolutely love it.
There you go. Now, that's it. That's my wood background. Look at the difference that 3D makes.
Wow.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Looks so realistic. You'd have thought that was card. At the end of the day, it's card.
That's it. Bit of black soot ink round the edge of there, and then we're going to crack on. Now, here's my... I've die cut this ready. That's my lovely dragonfly. I'm just going to add some antique linen distress ink to the edges.
Just got a couple of minutes left, Pete.
Couple of minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, here's my intricate lace. I've die cut it. I've stuck it onto another piece of card. So now I'm going for a faux emboss look with this. So yeah, really under pressure. I love this speed crafting.
I'd give you a time check, because I
Speed
realised
crafting. Get speed crafting in the Olympics. Come on, what are you waiting for? There you go. So we'll get that there. And also remember our lovely alphabet.
Yep.
So I've stuck that down, and when you go over the top with these inks, you can see it picks up the detail in there. Absolutely glorious. Now, let's take this and we'll just clip that. So I'm making kind of like, you know, like a bunting, like a chevron there. We'll take this one. Wow, we're really moving now, Dave, I tell you.
Now, Pete, if anyone can do it, you can. Pete's back at 8 o'clock tonight with Catherine, and back in the morning at 9. He's also going to be joining us. Very, very grateful for this. He's going to be coming in on Good Morning Hochanda at 7 a.m. with myself and Matt tomorrow morning. So that'll be interesting.
I'm really looking forward to that.
It's going to be good.
Yeah. And it's you and Matt, is it?
I've never done a show with Matt before. That will be very interesting.
Oh, I've done a few. It's not that great. I've got to be honest. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love him to bits. Right, let's get some more double-sided tape. What's the time check, Dave?
Oh, 1 minute 20.
1 minute 20. Oh, we're going to ace this, mate. We're going to ace this. No problem. Now, peel off that backing. We'll pop that shape in there like so. We'll take our lovely dragonfly. We'll curl those wings back. We'll take some PVA glue.
Can't believe those insects are only $9.99 and you get all 4 of them.
You get all 4. You do indeed. Right, that's going to go there. Now I'm going to get my glue gun. We've got a button which I've already threaded, and I'm so glad that I've already threaded it with twine, because it would have looked... Anyway, now, vintage photo on the edge of that. There we are, just pick up the detail, and I'm going to thread this, and this is where the time's taken away, this is where you get all fingers and thumbs.
You're doing a great job.
We're doing it. We're getting there, mate. We're getting there. I think we're going to do it. Now, double-sided foam pads, and then we're good to go.
Remember, you can order in between shows. There's an SAA happy hour, so it's artists' brushes and artists' accessories coming up with Catherine for a whole hour after the break, and then back with Pete, of course, for more at 8 o'clock. But we're literally down to the last 10 seconds of the show, down to the wire. What a pro. I'll see you in the morning. So near, but yet so far. Right, SAA happy hour deals coming up next. Then we have the Tim Holtz One Day Special with Pete again. Family favourites, Be Crafty after that. I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Are you wanting to shop till you drop or pick up some inspiring hints and tips from your favourite experts from the world of craft? Do you need to restock your crafty stash? If the answer is yes, then head off to the Creative Craft Show. Receive your buy one get one half price tickets when you use code EV160. So why not treat yourself and a friend to a fantastic day out?
Hi, I'm Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp here in the UK. Teamwork makes the dream work, and at Clarity we are designers and manufacturers of, dare I say, beautiful, top quality and award-winning craft products. We are home to the very first, the original transparent art stamp. We hand make them here in Kent, and our talented illustrators are always coming up with new original concepts and wonderful artwork. In addition, we design and manufacture top quality stencils and masks. In fact, we also make precision cut reusable masks for our stamps. Since January 2017, we are also the new owners of Pergamano International, bringing together a wonderful blend of old and new parchment art. We are so fortunate to be able to showcase our newest and best products here on Hochanda, and to be able to demonstrate our art ideas to you, our Hochanda friends. So if you would like to learn more about Clarity stamping, stencil work, parchment art, both groovy and traditional, please join us, myself and the Clarity team, here on Hochanda for ideas and inspiration.
These 75 sheets of 300 GSM white stamping card from Dolly Dimples are essential for any crafter's stash. Ideal for getting the sharpest print from your stamp collection, this sturdy versatile card can also be lightly watercoloured and spritzed upon. To add to your crafting stash, go to hochanda.com.
I do love that little bouncing clock, and that means one thing, doesn't it? It's happy hour deals. We've got some fantastic deals for you within this hour. I've got to say, I'm looking forward to the 8 o'clock though with Pete. Can't wait for that. Now, how does happy hour work? Well, of course, the clue's there in the title. You're going to get fantastic deals for the next hour. Then they will change, of course. So do take advantage of the deals. We've got so many wonderful products here. Now, Think about the SSA, the Society for All Artists. We've got amazing products. We know they're going to be quality. We've got some great bargains for you. So do remember to check your baskets out before the end of the hour, because the prices will go back up. Can't say any more than that, can I really? Now then, let's get going. Now then, what have I got in front of me? Look at this. We've got a lovely little palette. Now we've got wonderful, these are called, I found out, these are called pans. The pans. They're little blocks of paint. Now, these are watercolours. You've got fantastic colours in it. It's a great starters kit, actually, this one, because you've got the primary colours in there. You've got the greens. You've got the browns. Of course, you can mix yellow and blue together to make your different greens. You can mix any of these together. And we have got an amazing price. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the palette in a minute, but let's just have a look at the price, because the usual price is £13.25. You are saving an incredible £15, just £19.25. It is a great, great price. Now, I have got another palette here at the back, which I'm going to have a little dabble with. So I'm going to show you how this all comes to you in a second. Now, if we go back to the price, that's over 40% off the original price, which is absolutely amazing. Maybe you've not done watercolours yet. Maybe you want to have a go. This is a great kit to start with because of the colours in there. Now, I am thinking back to the final call with Lou earlier, because I picked up one of two tips, actually. Now, in the pack, when you get this here, oh, I'm just hearing, was that Lottie who made me this swatch? Thank you, Lottie, that's lovely. Because in each palette, you are getting this little card at the top, so you can make your own swatch. So it will remind you of the colours that you're going to get onto white watercolour card, of course. Keep that nice and safe within the palette itself, and then you're not going to lose it. And it's a good reference guide. Now, the other thing is as well, all the little pans are separate, they're individual colours. This is a very economical way of painting because they're watercolour, so you can water them down. You know, if you want to keep them quite pigmented, if you want to keep them intense, you don't put so much water in, you can take them right back as well. So what are we going to get? We're going to get the palette there in the box, of course. Now, another tip that I picked up from Lou, and this is the first time I've seen this, and it's one of those where you think, why didn't I think of that? Lou was saying how she used to take a paintbrush to the palette and add a little bit of water to each of the blocks, and it would take time and it was a bit boring. Get your spritzers, just spritz over the top. What you want to do is activate the water. You want to, sorry, the paint. It's extremely strong pigments in these. Now, what you have got, when you activate it, you see, what you're going to get are fabulous colours. You don't want them dry. You do want them nice and wet. Now, I've got to admit, my paintbrush isn't the best. It already had some sort of green ink or something in there, so I might not get true colours. But I'm just going to use the top of the palette as my little artist tray. So I'm just adding some water in there. Let's go for one of the colours. Let's go for this nice yellow. So just pick up some of the colour. Look at that. Look how intense that is. That's amazing. Oh, do you know what? Just because I can, I'm going to mix a bit of... Oh, I'm going to go with a bit of purple in this, which now has turned into sort of green, so you can make your own shades of green. You have got green in there. They look very dark in the palette because they're so intense. There's so much pigment in there. But let's have a little bit of a wash here. Let's have a bit of a play. So I've gone for green. So this is going to be my grass, I suppose. I am no artist, I've got to tell you that. I am not a superb painter. I'll have a go. I will have a dabble. I have got my kit from, of course, Matthew Palmer, which I have still not managed to have a proper play with. But, do you know what? I'll get round to it. Am I a crafting hoarder? That's what I'm being asked. Aren't all crafters hoarders? Are they not? Are they not? I'm going to go with a darker green. So I picked some of the same colour up there and mixed it into the palette. You know, the colour that I've already got there. You can get the most beautiful blends. Do you know, I might surprise myself here, and maybe I am an artist after all. Look at this. I'm going to hold this up and show you in a second. So I'm just quite a lot of water on there, but I want to show you how beautifully they're blending. Now, there is a lot of water in there, so you're not getting really, really intense colours, but isn't that pretty? That looks really nice. I'm going to go for another colour. What shall I go for? Now then, what's this one here? Let's try. Oh, that's another green. I don't want that one. Let's try this one here. Oh, I like that. I like that. So let's go a little bit brighter with this one. Again, I'm just going to go over where I've already painted. You can add more water, really blend in so you get that nice natural ombre effect going on. This is kind of a turquoisey colour. Isn't that beautiful? Now, I'm still quite watery here, so I'm going to add a little bit more intensity in a second. But let's just show you again. Look at that. That looks really nice, doesn't it? Maybe we need to go with a bit of red in a minute. I think that will look good. But let's go a little bit more intense with this one here. Let's just go a little... Oh, now then, look at this green. Oh, wow. I just wanted to show the contrast, actually. So, again, in fact, let me lift this up and show you. So, more paint this time, not so much water. And you can see, look at the intensity there. That works so beautifully. These have got a lot of pigment in them. You know quality paints by the amount of pigment. I'm just watering that down a little bit more so I can blend it further. Now you can see they are working together beautifully. So one colour is blending beautifully into the other. I'm just going to go with a bit of red. Oh, let's have a go. Let's have a go with the red. Oh, now that colour's gorgeous. Yes, that's Lottie's lipstick, that. Love it. Love it. And actually, it's blending itself into the green that's already on the palette lid there. Let's just go with a bit of that mixture and put that in the middle. So we've got the two colours together. Wow, like that. These are blending beautifully. Look at that. Really like that. You can make fabulous sunsets, couldn't you? Grassy. Maybe you've got some programmes taped from Matthew Palmer. Maybe you've got books or something like that. We've got so much. They're fabulous. I really like those. Lovely little set. There you are. £15 off. Over 40% off. For me, this is a great starter kit. If you want to have a go, don't forget the price goes up after the hour. It will go back up to that original price of £34.25. Little tip, do use your watercolour card, watercolour paper. It works best with your watercolour paints, of course. Now then, I've still got my water and I've still got my brush. I've got a sparkle pen here as well. But also, I've got some watercolour pencils. Same brand as the paint, so we know these are going to be fabulous. Now, Lottie, did you do this swatch as well for me? Oh, Katie did this one. Thanks, Katie. So lovely, lovely colours. What have we got? We've got 24 watercolour pencils. She is here. She's quite as a little mouse at the moment. 24 watercolour pencils. Start price there, £31.19, saving a wonderful £9. £22.19. That is a great price for watercolour pencils, and these, as we know, are quality. If they're endorsed by the SAA, you know they're going to be quality. Look at those. Beautiful wooden pencils. You can see easily all of the colours in there. Actually, you've got a nice clean paintbrush there in the end as well. I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to spoil the tin. But these are fabulous. Now, another thing that I've picked up. Now, I have used watercolour pencils a number of times. I've had them, you know, over the years. I've tried different brands. But something I never thought of that I heard on a show the other day was never take the water directly to the tip of the pencil. Because what happens is, what you're going to do, I'm not going to do it, I promise I'm not going to do it. If you do that, you're going to wet the watercolour crayon inside and it's going to start to disintegrate that. It's going to make it go too soft. It's going to travel down the pencil. So don't do that. Probably you need the brush that's in the tin to do this properly, but in fact I'm just going to wipe that off a little. Look at the mucky water I've got there. So we're not going to get a true colour again there, but these are going to blend beautiful. Let me just move the pencil so you can see a little bit better. I might want to change my colour as well. Let me just colour a little bit more. So you can put more on or less on. It's entirely up to you. I really shouldn't have gone with brown water, should I? It's not going to help matters here. But let's just see the blend. Do you know what? I would love some clean water if I can have some, please. Look at that. Now, it is blended beautifully. Just while I'm getting some clean water so we get a better colour coming from this, because that's gone slightly sort of brown or greyish looking when it should be a beautiful blue. But what you can see is how beautifully the pencils have actually blended. You can't see sort of the hard lines that I coloured there. You can see that it's just a beautiful watercolour. Oh, now then, I'm just being asked a question by our Emily. Can you watercolour what, Emily? A name? You might, well, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put M. Like that. Right. No, we don't know this is going to work, but we'll see what happens. Right, I'm going to colour that bit, that colour there, that bit, that colour there. I'm just playing it. I have no idea what I'm doing, to be honest with you, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Let's bring in some other colours as well. So we've got the... Oh, I like that turquoise. Where is it gone? There it is, that one there. Let's go with that colour there. That colour there. Oh, why not just go with one more colour? What shall I go with? Let's go with the yellow. Let's go with the yellow. I like these. These are lovely. Now, I've no idea what sort of effects I'm going to get. I'm just going to put some yellow down the side there as well. Right, if it all goes wrong, it's Emily's fault. Okay, right, now I have got quite an inky brush, but let's just, I think, oh, look at that. Oh, Emily, I like that. Let's just blend it a little bit more. Okay, we can still see it's an E, but I want to blend those colours. Let me just wash that brush out again. Do you know, you could make beautiful rainbows with this, and without over blending, you're going to keep the colours. In fact, that's probably what I should have done. Now, if I keep blending this, I'm going to lose the lines altogether, but those colours are going to continue to blend, aren't they? Look at that. Brush lettering, that's a good idea. That was Lottie's idea. That would work beautifully. Now, I'm going to totally spoil this now, because I'm just going to go over the top with some water and really water that down. You can still see your lettering, Emily. That's because I pressed quite hard on there. Maybe I scribbled a bit too hard, actually. I want to do a rainbow now. Red. Red. Let's have a little go here. Red. I said red and I picked yellow up. I'm going to leave a gap in between. Red and yellow. I'm thinking of the song now. And pink. And green. I'm not going to do purple and orange and blue. I'm just going to stick with these, I think. Oh, I'm not singing it. No, I can't sing. No, I can't sing. I'm rubbish at singing. I can craft, but I can't sing. I'm not an artist either, as I'm proving here. I can craft. Yeah, I can do all sorts of craft, except for painting. Now, let's just blend it this way. Let's blend it this way first, and then I'm going to go the other way. Let's have a look. Let's go this way so we can blend it. So I'm going with the water, and then I'm going to blend it into the yellow. Then I'm going to blend it into the pink. I'm just going to keep cleaning my brush off. Oh, I like that pink. There is in the song, Lottie's just saying there's no pink in a rainbow. Was it Emily who said that? There may maybe not be pink in a rainbow. There's definitely pink in the song, because I sang it in my head. And you know, I've got to say, when I went home the other day and it was raining, I saw the most beautiful rainbow I have ever seen. It was gorgeous. Yes, it was absolutely hammering it down, but it was beautiful. There you go. So we've got a little bit of a rainbow going on there. Yes, I know it's not perfect, but I did have an inky brush with green on it, so I'm not getting the true colours, but you can see there the swatch there, beautiful colours in there, watercolour pencils, obviously water reactive, 24 in total. Oh, I didn't show you my sparkle pen. I've got a sparkle pen here. Was that to go over the top of the watercolour? Oh, now then, it might not be. Let me find my other piece. Oh, I've lost my other sheet, haven't I? We'll have to do it over M. Let's just go over M. Right, I'm going to get some more pencil. Oh, I'm going to go for that purple again. I like that one. Let's put lots of colour down and then go over the top with the sparkle to see what it picks up. Right, okay. Oh, throwing these about now. Right, now with the sparkle pen. Oh, look at that. Now that's blending beautifully now. Look at that. So not only can you blend the colours together, if you wanted more than one colour you can do. I'm just going to give that a bit of a squeeze actually, just to make sure I've got some more sparkle coming through. Oh, look at that, that works beautifully. I wish I'd done my rainbow in this one now with the sparkle. A bit more sparkle coming through. There we go. Look at that, look at that. I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. Oh, I love that. See, that's what it needed, a bit of sparkle. A bit of sparkle. Oh, and you can see it over Emily as well there. Can we catch that? Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Now that blends beautifully, doesn't it? Absolutely lovely. So you can get your intense colours, you can go to your pale colours, depending, of course, how you work with those pencils. Now, we have got more for you. Don't forget that price is going to go up at the end of the hour. There's the image for you. You've got 24 of those colours in there. Fantastic quality. Usual price, £31.19. You are saving £9 for this hour, £22.19. Right, this is one of those moments where I feel as though you can't really hardly see me, because you can't, because what have I got in front of me? I've got two wonderful canvases. Now then, yes, I'm just like a floating head, aren't I? If I hide my arms, it's just like, Yeah, just anyway, now then, these work landscape way, they work portrait way. Now you've got quality items again here. 18 inches by 14 inches. These are stretched canvas. So these are quality canvases. Again, I'm going to go back to Matthew Palmer because he's one of our favourite guests here. You see his incredible artwork. Oh, do you know what? I'm just being told I can't have favourites. I haven't got any real favourites, but I do like Matthew Palmer's watercolours, I've got to say. Now then, if you've maybe you're just starting out, this is a great price because it's a happy hour deal, of course. Start price £22.60. You are saving £8. That's a great saving again there. Just £14.60. These are stretched canvas. They're ready to go. You can paint directly onto them. You can do your different effects. You can use those wonderful watercolours that you've already bought, maybe from the top of the hour. These are fabulous. So what saving have we got there? From the start price, 35%. 35% saving. Absolutely fabulous. As I say, use them either way up. Maybe you don't want to paint the whole thing with one image. Maybe you want to sort of break it down into sections. So you want to use one maybe to practice your techniques on and then go with the other one as well. Do you know, it's entirely up to you. Just make the most of that price. These are high quality cotton, stretched canvas over the frame. In fact, I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. Because you have, of course, got the wooden frame in there. You can see how it's been stretched perfectly. Everything's all nicely secured down for you. That's the back of it, obviously, ready to hang when you've done your piece of artwork, of course. Lovely, beautiful white starting blank canvas there. Excuse the pun, it is a canvas. It's a blank canvas for you. It's that stretched canvas. Oh, £8 saving for this hour. Do shop ahead of us. Many of you are absolutely shopping ahead of us as well on the website because you can see everything that we've got in this hour. We've got other items we haven't shown you yet. Maybe you want to have a little bit of a recap at the things we've already seen. Do take a look. Remind yourself of the savings, of course, as well, because it is a happy hour deal. Now, right, now that we've had a funny day today, in fact it's been a really lovely day because we've been doing some announcements and I've got another one this hour as well. If you didn't catch it, get rewind at 2 o'clock and see the proposal on Leonie's Let Loose show. Now this hour, I hear we've got a very special lady watching. Carol, if you're out there, this is Lottie's mother-in-law. Nice to have your company. Happy birthday, Carol. Really lovely to have your company. Lottie sends her love. I'm hearing that you are big into your painting as well. You're looking for some bargains. Well, you're going to get them during this hour. Carol, just a little tip. Check your basket out before the end of the hour. Because you will miss. Oh, yes, I'm just being reminded. Have you got freedom, Carol? Because you will save money. Do what I say, not what I do, because I still haven't got it. And I've wasted so much money by paying for the postage and packaging. I have bought so much. I don't even look at what I've got now in my house. I was asked earlier, am I a crafting hoarder? Yeah. But I do love everything I see. I have managed to sit on my hands once or twice, but... I want everything, like these pens that I've got now, because these are Derwent. Now then, I'm waiting. Lottie, you might be able to tell me the answer to this question. I want the Inktense pencils. When are they coming back? There's only a small pack, and me being me, I need the big pack. We haven't... Oh, I need to find out. I'm going to find out when they're coming back because I am sitting on my hands until they come back. Now, these are very special because these are your line pencils. Now, what you've got are various different colours. They are a pigment ink. Now, you can see the line painter's box of 20, it says on the screen there. That's exactly what you're getting. 20 different colours. I've got a lovely little swatch again. Look. Who did this one? Katie did this one as well. Thank you, Katie. Now, there is something even more special about these. Now, you can see they are very fine tips on there, but you can also, look what happens. If you press on them, you can pump them, and then you can flood the paint out of the tip there as well. So you can do other techniques. So you could use, oh, do you know what? I know it's a little bit of an old technique, but I used to love doing this. When we were little, well, some grown-ups probably do it actually. I'd do it now. When you've got lots of paint, get a straw and blow it. You can get those sort of splatter effects going on. Add some water as well. Mix your colours together. So I'm not breaking this. I am actually pumping the pen There you go, look. Can you see what's happened there? That's what I mean by flooding. If I hold it up, it may drip. There it goes, look. So you can create those effects and get more pigment out of the pen by pumping the nib. If you just write with it as it is, there you go. It's just a lovely, free-flowing pen. Let's have a look at some other colours. I know we've got a swatch, but let's have a look. I like the box it comes in as well. In fact, let me just shut that up. Isn't that clever? That's really lovely. That means automatically you want to lay them like that because these pens really want to be kept horizontal. So it's exactly, if I turn it to the side there. Really clever little gadget. It's a box, but it's a nice firm box. It's not going to fall apart, so keep them in there. Do keep them nice and safe. Do you know, if you don't like the outside, and there's no reason why you wouldn't, but you could decorate that as well, couldn't you? You could paint that, decorate it, put all sorts of different mediums on there. But let's have a look. Oh, now listen. Give them a shake as well. I didn't do that with the first one. It will mix everything in the side of the barrel there. Now we've got a 0.5 nib on there. So it's very, very fine. So perfect. As it says there, you've got the graphics line painters. So you've got that perfect thin line if you want it. But again, you have got that pump action there. And just give it a few pumps and there you go. You can then flood some paint on there as well. Now I've lost my water brush. You can work these with water, I'm pretty certain of that. So you can get your different effects, maybe add some water, do a splatter effect in your backgrounds, maybe you've been stamping. Let me just have a, I'm not going to put too much water on. Let's just, oh look at that. That's a really lovely colour. That's kind of an egg yellow, that isn't it? It's like the yolk of an egg. Is that what they call it? Egg yellow? I think it is, isn't it? Now that I'm going to just clean that brush a little bit. Do you know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to really wet that down now. So I put lots of water into that pink and then, look at that. You can do your splatters with it. You don't need a straw, you don't need to blow it. That looks really effective. Do lots of different colours there. Make your backgrounds up. Really, really, oh dear, I'm making a mess now. Look, sorry, Katie. Sorry, Katie, I've spilt it. Well, not spilt it. But look what's happened. That's a happy accident. Look, the pink's gone into the yellow and we're getting that lovely orange. So now I must admit, this isn't watercolour card here. This is a linen effect card. So it's probably, actually it does work quite nicely. But if you went onto a watercolour, you'd get a better effect, wouldn't you? Really, really lovely. I like those splatters. I really like those. Really lovely. So 20 different colours in there. Oh, I'm just looking at that one. Yes, you've even got the white in there as well, which is so, so useful. Now then, do remember the price is going to go back up after the hour. These are Derwent pens. They are amazing quality. Absolutely amazing quality. There they are in that wonderful box, 35% off, £21 saving. You've got 35 minutes left. Is that what time we've got left already? It's speeding through this hour. £38.35 is the price you're going to pay during this hour. It was an incredible price at £59.35 because you've got 20 pens there. 20 pence, so that makes them a really, really good buy. 835876 is the item number. Katie's gone off to clear up the last pod because I've spilt paint. Well, not spilt it, but I've got paint on it. But we've got lots more for you because, of course, this is our SAA happy hour. So we've got fantastic deals. What have we got here? Now, you may recognise the Posca pens. We've got a number of them here. Oh, Lord, I'm just wrecking the joint again, aren't I? Let's just put those nice and neat. Oh, look. What's happening? Right, okay. There we are. We've got our Uniball Posca 20-piece multi-craft pen kit. Try saying that when it's late at night and you've not had much sleep. Now then, you have got the Poscas. You've got the Uniball pens here. You have got more than that, though, because you're going to get these as well. Now, you've got various different sheets. You've got different bits of artwork, so you can colour in. Look at the peacock there. That's amazing. You could use that. Oh, that's beautiful. I love Posca pens. I've got to admit, I've not had a lot of opportunity to use them, but I have had a dabble. And I've got to say the quality is amazing. And I'm sure you've seen Lou Withers, Leonie, various other people using them on the different shows. The white one especially, is so useful. Again, think about when you're stamping and you want to do splatters, or you're highlighting things, or you want to go around the edge of something. These are pens in a barrel. That's basically what they are. Now again, you've got that pump action there on the nib, so that's going to get the flow going for you there as well. Absolutely beautiful. That's a lovely pink actually. There we are. Now then, you've got 35% off the original price here as well. You've seen Posca used so many times. I'm going to show you the other pens as well, because we've got the gel pens in here as well. Various different colours, metallic ones at that. I can see we've got the red, the gold, there's silver, and there's a green one there. And you've got a fine liner drawing pen. Now, these are very useful as well. So, oh, I should have done a Leone, shouldn't I? Did something. I know that's not a petal, but if you were watching Let Leone Loose earlier, you'll see how Leone stamps or uses stencils and then picks out detail. Maybe do just some doodling in something. I always do swirls and flourishes. I'm just kind of like that. I just like to do things that are all swirly like that. So you can do your detailed work there as well. Another reason I like fine liners is if you're a stamper and you're not always the best at it and you miss little bits, it's very handy to keep a nice fine liner to go in and fill in those little bits that you've missed. Really is lovely. Now these are top quality. They really are. Oh, we didn't do these, did we? Let's have a go with these as well. We've got the gel pens, so let's go for the gold. Again, I've got a piece of linen card here, so you've got texture on there, but it's working beautifully. It's got quite a nice coating to this card actually, but you can see, let's just show you that. Let's just see if we can pick up. Look at the metallic finish on that. That's the gold one. Really, really lovely. Now you are saving £14 on this bundle, and not only are you getting the pens, the Posca pens, you're getting the gel pens in there as well. You're getting the artwork to have a play with. You're getting everything in this box, which is very, very useful. It keeps it all together. You've got a bit of, well, you've got all the pictures on the back there showing exactly what you get. A bit of inspiration on the front there, look. Posca pens, don't forget, they're multi-surface, aren't they? They're not just for card. You can go on glass, you can go on so many different surfaces. Very, very useful. £26 is all you're going to pay during this hour. You are saving an incredible £14. £14. Now look at that. It's a great box, isn't it, actually, to keep those in? And you could fit some papers in there. Maybe if you're a crafter on the go, maybe you're going off to the caravan or for a day out and you want to take your pens with you as well. Have a bit of a doodle on the train, maybe. You can do all those different things. Fantastic set. Now, do you remember we had the canvases? Perhaps you want an easel. Perhaps you want to just put this on display. Maybe you've done a piece of artwork and you want it pride of place in your room. This is great for it. Now, some people do work from an easel. They paint on an easel. It is a question I asked Matthew Palmer. Yes, I'm going to bring Matthew into it again. And naturally, the way to do a watercolour is to keep it flat, because you don't want everything just to sort of run. You're putting lots of water on there. But if you want to sit out in the garden, maybe you want to be a little bit more mobile, take things around with you. How about, do you know, the garden's a great place for inspiration, in fact. Sit out on a nice sunny day, maybe take it to the caravan again, take it on holiday. This is going to fold up. This is a very good quality easel. It's a Dahlia Rowney. It's a fabulous make. It really is. Now, it will fold flat beautifully for you. Look at that price. £45.95 was the original price. Incredible saving again of £20.96. Now, let me just turn it round and point a few things out to you. So you can see there, that will actually open a little bit wider than it is, but it was standing perfectly as it was. 45% saving on this easel. Now you've got your little adjustment there, so you can, if you just unscrew that, look, you can change the height of this. So maybe you put the canvas on portrait way, then you want to put it landscape way, you can move that around to make sure everything's sitting perfectly. You've got the little rubber feet on there as well, which helps it from moving around. It's not going to be slipping and sliding around. This is quality wood. There's no splinters you're going to get from it. It's beautifully finished. You can see it's not going to fall over. It stands perfectly. You've got that ledge at the bottom as well, which obviously is there to hold your canvas, your paper. You could use it as a little support as well, just to prop your pens up, but just be careful they don't fall through the gaps there. But it is a wonderful piece of kit. There you are. There we've got landscape way up now, so you can use that. Let's just see, actually, how far we can take that up. So you're going to be able to take that. Oh, wow. It's going to take a large canvas. I'm just hearing we can put a canvas on there that goes up to 26 inches in height. So that's a good size. That's a really good size. That is inches, not centimetres, so it really is a great size. Fantastic saving. I wonder if Carol needs one of these. Maybe Carol wants a few. Does Carol, Lottie, your mother-in-law, Carol, lovely Carol, does she do artwork and display it? Carol, I'm hearing you do. I daren't tell you, Carol, what Lottie just said. I'm not going to tell you. She said you're amazing. Now, I just think these are great for displaying your artwork. If you're very proud of a piece of artwork, as I'm sure Carol really is, and I've heard from Lottie, yes, Carol does put her pieces in pride of place. She's so good that Lottie sometimes doesn't believe she's actually painted or done the artwork herself. That's how good Carol is. So put them on display. Show them off beautifully to your friends and family, or for your own satisfaction to look and think, I did that. Great way of displaying. Great price. Now then, how long we got left? We've got about half an hour left for this show, then the price will go up. Now then, what have I got in front of me here? I could tell you a little story about these. I might do in a minute, because I'm a little bit annoyed about something. Right. I'm going to tell you in a minute. But what I can tell you is this, I'm hearing, is very, very busy. One of the busiest items on the show. Now, look at the price. We're below £10 for this. You are getting the Frisk Mix It, Store It. 12 10mm buddy cups and 10 plastic palette knives. Okay, now these are the buddy cups. These are a nice size, actually. So maybe you've got some paints and again, I like to think of, I do think if you're on the go, you're going on holiday and you want to put little bits of paint or, you can put other mediums in there as well. Just take small amounts around with you. They're very, very portable. Now, how many have gone, Lottie, did you say then? 40% of the stock has gone on this one. Very busy. Now, you have also got your plastic palette knives as well. Different shape palette knives. You can use them with your stencils. You can use them with your texture paste. But I'm going to bring Matthew into it again because he, of course, represents the SAA. If you watch Matthew, he uses the palette knives and the plastic ones, which these are, with his paint techniques. Very, very clever. So painting, perhaps, branches and things like that. Maybe I shouldn't say, actually, why I'm a bit annoyed. I need these. There's a special reason why I need these, because I bought the one-day special once upon a time, and they'd run out of the palette knives and I didn't get mine. I only got one little lonely one, and I don't think there's going to be any of these left for me, or at least when I come off air, the price will have gone back up to £12.65, which is actually still a really, really, really good price. But take advantage of the £3 saving. Check out your basket before the end of the hour, and you're going to get them for £9.65. Almost half of the stock has now gone. I'm just thinking these buddy cups as well. I know this is sort of an artist, an art material type of show, but you could put other things in there. I'm just thinking maybe if you're a cake decorator and you've got those petal dusts and things like that, maybe you've got nearly to the end of a pot and you just want to put it into a smaller pot or use the bigger pot for something else, or, do that. What about when you're doing your embossing or you're working with certain pigments and you get the bits, all the glitters mixed up together, and you make your own mix, put them in those pots. These are so handy for that, actually. You get 12 of them. I would be multi-buying on these because you're going to use those pots, you're going to use those palette knives. If you multi-buy, some nice kind person could send me a set of those palette knives, because I haven't got any. Now, I would definitely be buying these for the pots, because the more I think about it, the more useful I'm realising these actually are. I'm just thinking, as demonstrators, how many times do we mix our glitters and then we say, oh, just made a new colour, where do I put it? We never have a pot to hand. You have there 12 of them. There it is. There's the full set. Great saving of £3, just £9.65. Do check your baskets out. This could be our first sellout of the hour. Very busy for this one. The price is going to go up at the top of the hour, of course, just before the launch of the new one-day special with Pete. Can't wait for that. Very busy on those. Now, what have I got in front of me? There's a little tool here that's very, very, very pretty, actually, for a tool. What is it for? It is, let me just take the cap off. Look at that. it is extremely important to have a good craft knife. Now, not only is this a really good quality craft knife, this is quite weighty actually, which shows its quality as well. It's got an ergonomic handle. That means it's very comfortable to hold. I am not going to cut because I've got nothing underneath. I'm not going to damage the top there. Unfortunately, I've not got a cutting mat, but that is a new blade in there. I believe, because I had a look at these before the hour, I believe you can change the blades around. You can put different types of blades in there as well. But importantly, you do get the safety cap with it, and even more, well, not even more importantly, because you can't get much more important than the safety cap. What I've noticed is, let me just stand that back down. What do you notice? It doesn't roll. How many times have you put your craft knife down and it's rolled off the desk? And that's dangerous, because it could roll onto your foot. Point first, and that hurts because I've done it. You can cut balsa wood with this. You can cut acetate, of course your cardstock, thin metals as well, things like those aluminium sheets and your fine metals, your meshes maybe, you could cut with that as well. Of course, things like your thicker boards as well, I'm sure, the chipboard, not the grey board, that's what I'm trying to think of, the grey board, mount board. Sometimes you score and you can break it and then go again and it cuts through, but this is a quality tool. Now, it's the #1 craft knife in pink, as you can see, and it's a beautiful pink. Very comfortable to use. I know I'm here and I'm holding it and you can't, but you can see with the shape of it, it is ergonomic. I do like the fact that you've got that stand on that cap there. It's very, very useful. I know you might think I'm joking around, but actually it is one of those things that I do find happens a lot. You put your tools down, if they've just got a round barrel, off they go. If the table's not quite level, it rolls off. And if you've got pets like me, 4 little doggies who like to pick up all the craft things that fall off the table, it's not good. These are great. £10.79. You are saving £7 on this particular item. Great saving once again. We're going to give you details of our Freedom Club as well. We've actually seen all of the different items on the show. We'll give you a recap in a little while, but let's just remind you of our Freedom Club.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have.
Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888 So, don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
I'm just shaking my head. That video was put in there especially for me, I'm being told, because I'm still not a member. Why? I don't know why I'm not a member, Lottie. I'm ashamed of myself because I have cost myself unnecessary pennies. Oh dear. I will do it. I will do it. I'm back in tomorrow. Now then, we've got the gang on Facebook as well, so we're going to say hello. Leslie, you're there. Hi, Heather. Another regular. Moira's there as well. Jane is there. Good evening, everybody. Terry, good evening. Oh, the whole gang is there. It is lovely to see everybody. Jackie's there as well. Oh, I wonder if that's Jackie from Doncaster. Let me know, Jackie. Is it the Jackie I know, I wonder? Because I know that you are a regular. on the evenings and in the mornings as well. Now then, we are going to do a bit of a recap because we've shown you everything, but we want to show you a few more again. Now then, we've got about 20 minutes left during the happy hour to get these prices, these discounted prices, and that's very important. Look at the original price, look at the price in the box, in the yellow box, because that's what you're saving, and then the large purple box underneath is the important one because that's what you're going to pay during this hour. Now, I'm holding up here my little swatch. This one was done by Lottie. Lottie, maybe you need some lessons from Carol. What do you think? Well, I wanted to do Matthew Palmer's workshop last time and I wasn't able to because I had to work here, which was lovely because I love coming to work, but I was gutted. I definitely think we all need to go. Now then, if you've not done any watercolours yet, if you've not done a paint workshop, maybe you can't get to one, maybe you just like to sit in the comfort of your own home, but you want to have a go at watercolours, this is a fantastic little box for you. This is beautiful. Now, £34.24 is the original price. These are quality paints. These are watercolour paints. They are top quality. You've got really intense pigments in there. 40% slashed off the original price there. Now, they are individual little packets, so you just take the wrappers off and you've got the blocks underneath. Everything fits beautifully. It stays within the palette there. You do get your own little swatch card, so you can paint the colours on there, so it just reminds you how they look. I would do, actually, as Lottie's done there, I would paint them in so they look very intense, so it gives you the true colour from each block. And then you know you can mix your shades, you can add more water, lighten them down, do your washes, that sort of thing. So there they are. They are all individual, very economic way of painting with a watercolour because you are adding water, of course. Now, you have got the added bonus of the lid there. It's used as a palette and it's split into two, but you can actually fit more than two colours all in at once. But great area there. It's a nice size for mixing those colours and adding a lot of water in there. So it's a lovely little box. Now then, we did do a little bit very amateurish. I've got to say, I'm not a painter. I will have a go at anything, but I want to show you this again because it's dried out now, look. Now, there we go. I did use a lot of water at the bottom, so I went from yellow into a green. That blend is really pretty, actually. I mixed my own colour there. Now, then I went into some really intense green there, into a red and blended them together. So I've still kept that intensity, but actually they blend beautifully and you're getting all those colours mixing in between as well. Use your watercolour card. You are going to get the best effects, obviously, with your watercolour card. Do you know what? You can reactivate these as well, can't you? Because they're watercolour. So I could just go over the top again with my brush. Let's just go with that red. Add in water, no more colour. I'm just pulling the colour out, just lifting the colour and blending together again. And I can fade that right down. So now, actually, what I'm going to do, just going to really wet that. And I'm going to take it right to the edge of the card. So from that beautiful sort of lipstick pink, I'm going to really fade it out right to the end of the card. So you can see. This is the lovely thing about watercolours. You can get so many shades from one little block of paint, just one little block. So you can see there, I've taken that beautiful pink and then you can see where the water is. It's gone a little bit lighter there, but then I've gone really, really subtle with it. You can see the colour, hopefully you can see the colour. You just put the white next to it so you can see the difference. Can you see it? There it is. Blends beautifully. So £15 saving, great saving. Do you know what? Maybe you've already got your watercolours and just want an extra set. Whether you're a starter, it doesn't matter. These are for everybody. £19.25, saving that incredible £15. Lovely compact set. Again, it's something that you're going to be able to take away with you, leave in your craft room, use wherever you want to use it. More watercolours because we've got the pencils now. This is a great tin again, same brand as we've just seen, so we know we've got the quality, we've got the high pigment in here. These are beautiful. You have got 24 different pencils in here and a paintbrush as well. Let me just open it up so you can see. You've got a really nice paintbrush, actually. Nice fine one there. So maybe you're stamping your images and you want to paint with them. Just go on with the crayons first, with the pencils. I don't like to call them crayons because it's not the right word. They are pencils. Go on with the pencils and then pull the colour out with the water. So you can go, again, just with the blocks, you can go very, very light, or you can be very intense with it. Let me try a colour I didn't try last time. This is an interesting colour, actually. Oh, I've got linen card again. It's not going to work quite how I wanted, but It's not a watercolour card, so I'm not really going to be able to do what I wanted to do with it, I don't think. But I'm just being reminded I should have bought the ODS, the one-day special that Lou had on, because we had the most fabulous watercolour card, including black on there as well, which is something we've never seen on Hochanda before. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere, if I've come to that. I'm not saying it's not been available anywhere, but I personally haven't seen it and haven't used it. The most incredible effects on the black. Now, of course, I've picked out the two palest colours I could go with, haven't I? We haven't got the watercolour. Oh, you can hardly see that. Let me go with a bright colour. You need the watercolour card, really. Let's try, oh, let's go for this one. A nice dark blue there. You need watercolour paper. You're not going to get the same effect with something like this, because this is a linen, and to me it feels like it's got a coating on it as well. But look, you can still see the effect with the water there. I'm going to come back in my sparkle pen in a minute. Just keep working over that lot and you're going to be able to blend that in. It's not soaking into this card because it's the wrong type of card, but let me find, oh, what colour shall we go with? Oh, going back to the pink now, so I'm going to go sparkly. So I'm going to go, I'm pressing quite hard because I want it quite intense. Okay. But if you wanted to go very light, of course you can shade very, very lightly. So I will show that as well, just so you can see. It just depends on the pressure you're putting on there and the amount of water you're going with. Just clean that brush off a little bit. Just get some of that purple off. Give it a bit of a squeeze. Let's get some more sparkle flowing. Let's get a little bit more. Right, there we go. Look at that. Now that is really taken that colour and worked that beautifully. Let's just try the light a bit there. I have got a bit of colour still on the pen itself, but you can see you've got a more subtle pink there as well. And of course with the sparkle pen, you've got that beautiful glistening effect there. And the more that dries, the prettier that looks. Oh, can you imagine doing the water with a bit of sparkle on it? That would look lovely, wouldn't it? Go with one of the blues, blend it out, you know, take the water and blend, do that from the light or from the dark to the light. Beautiful. Now then, price there, you haven't got long left, you're saving £9. That's a great price for a pack of 24 watercolour pencils, nearly a third off the original price. £9 saving, just £22.19. Now we're back again to the floating head. No, we're back at the canvases. You can use these either way up. These are stretched canvases. Now look at the size, fabulous sizes for you. 35% of the original price as well. The size of each canvas is 18 inches by 14 inches. You can use them portrait way, you can use them landscape way as well. I'm just going to turn it round so you can see the back, so you can see it's a wooden frame in there. The canvas has been stretched perfectly. It is an absolute perfect start to any of your projects. You can paint directly onto this. It's a beautiful, beautiful start to your project. Carol, have you got yours yet? £14.60 is the price you're going to pay. We've still got a little bit of time for you to check your baskets out on these. Two of those, saving £8, so it's £4 off each, if you want to look at it that way. 715733 is the item number. Don't forget, look at the size, 18 inches by 14 inches. Now that little clock is getting a bit excited because it's getting near the end of the hour. Now you've got 11 minutes left to check out your baskets and make the most of those prices. Take advantage of the prices that we're offering during this hour, because the prices will go back to the originals once we get to the end of the hour. Now we're back to our pens. These are the Derwent pens. We've got the Derwent Graphic Line Painters box. I just think this is such a clever box. Now you can see it stands beautifully there, but the idea of it is that you put it that way. And you put it that way because then you take the lid open like that. You can see all the pens inside, and you have got 20 of those, but it keeps them horizontal, and that is the best way to store these. Definitely the best way to store them. Now you can decorate the box if you want, but it looks perfect as it is. But let's have another look at the pens themselves. Let's go for this nice bright green actually. Now you can hear it's got a little bearing inside there, ball bearing to mix, because they have got paint in them. If you take off the cap, you can just scribble with them, draw with them, do your artwork, use them for outlining, use them for filling in. You can colour larger areas. You've got the best of everything, because you know you can colour in with them. You can, as I say, do that writing, but also if you use the pump action on the nib, and just do it a few times, there you can see you get that flood of colour I'm going to try not to mess the top up this time. I'm just going to hold it up and it'll start to run a little bit. You can spritz some water onto that or pick it up with your paintbrush. You can water it down. You can blend the colours together. You can do those splatter effects. I would work with these, you know, you can use them totally on their own, but I think with your stamping, these are going to be a fantastic kit to keep to hand, because when you're doing your stamping techniques and you want to fill in, maybe go around the outlines, maybe doodle into areas. Same with stencils as well. Use them for picking out the detail within stencils. I haven't got my water here, although Katie's running off for some. Let me remind you the price, because look at the saving, £21 saving. That's incredible. 10 minutes left, that's what you've got. Oh, Kate has given me some nice clean water as well. 35% off the original price. Now I've got the green there. Now look at that. Oh, that's a beautiful colour actually. Look at that colour. Again, I've got the linen card here, but you can see how beautifully that is blending. Look at that colour. That is gorgeous. Really, I'm going to go for another colour now. Oh, they're wanting to take these off me now and I want to play. Oh no, I've got to give them back. I just want to try that colour. I've only got 6 minutes left actually, so I really need to move on. I just wanted to try that colour. There's only a little bit on there. Oh, I've watered it down too much now. Never mind, there they are. £21 saving, great price. Take advantage of it, not long left. 835 876. Don't forget you're getting that lovely box as well that just stores everything absolutely perfectly for you. Now we're back to our Posca pens. We've got them the other way around this time, so the Poscas are at this side this time, so you've got paint in there. Now these are amazing quality again. You can hear you've got that bearing in there, so you can give these a really good mix. Just give them a good shake. These are absolutely fabulous. So you see them used time after time in demonstration. Leonie loves them, Lou loves them. There's lots of other people that I've seen using them in demonstrations as well. Now you've got a number of those. How many have we got of those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 of those. We've also got 4 of the gel pens as well, and these are metallic. I'll colour a little bit of something in, I think, with those, if I can find some spare paper. Now, importantly, you've also got the fine liner. I love fine liners. I use them a lot myself. Again, just some ideas. It's entirely up to you. Just sit and doodle with them if you want. Do fill in your stamps if you miss bits with your stamps. Maybe you've got stamps where you've got the shaded areas and you want to sort of intensify the shading. Maybe you've got stamps with no shaded areas, but you want to keep that sort of black and white image so you can put your own shading in. Maybe you want to use those through your stencils. The pens are brilliant. You've got the artwork. You can just doodle with those, do whatever you want with them. A little box in there as well. You do, of course, get your plastic box to keep everything in there. It is a kit of 20 multi-craft pens. £14 saving. You see the usual price. Take advantage. We've only got a few minutes left. £26 is all you're going to pay. 217841 for a quality kit of different pens. 35% off the original price there. Now we've got our easel back again. I do want to show you, this is such good quality. If you know your artist materials, you'll know the name Dale Rowney. Now this does adjust. I'm just going to, I folded it down so you can see it does go flat. If you want to store it in a cupboard under the bed, if you take it on holiday, it's not too weighty, but it's really good quality. Just pull out the back leg there and that will stand beautifully. It's got rubber feet on it as well, so it sits beautifully. You've got the ledge at the bottom, of course, which is going to hold your paper or your canvas, and you have got your adjustable top. Now there is just a little, I'm going to just turn that back round so you can see, there's a little brass screw there. It's just a finger screw that you can just do by hand, no tools required other than your own fair hands, of course. And then you can adjust the height that's going to hold your canvas in place, or your art book, whatever you're going to use. Now what was the size of that again, Lottie, if you can just remind me? 26 inches in height. That is what this will extend to, so that's a great size. I personally would like to keep that. Pride of place for my favourite piece of artwork. It's wonderful. £24.99. You are saving. Look at the price you're saving there. It's not quite half price, but you're not that far off half price. Saving £20.96. Item number 938929. 45% off. Now then, we've only got 5 minutes left. That little clock's going crazy. 5 minutes left to check out your baskets. Otherwise, you're going to have to, unfortunately, pay the higher price. Right, I'm just going to remind you about these. We've got our little pots again. I just think, I know they're only small items and you think, you know, they're not that important, but actually they are. They're very useful, they're very important. These have actually been very, very busy. So what have we got? We've got 12 buddy cups. Almost 70% of these have gone, by the way. And you've also got 10 plastic palette knives. Now, you can use the palette knives for a number of reasons. Maybe you're using your texture paste. Maybe you want to do something DIY around the house, and they'd come in for that as well, because that's what I've used my metal ones for. But these are plastic. These are great if you're doing artwork with them. Different techniques, making branches for trees, making lines, you know, your fencing, that sort of thing, using the edges of these. Various different shapes creates different types of techniques for you. Now, the little buddy cups as well, these are great. I would definitely buy more than one set because you're saving £3. You can buy as many of these as you want up until we sell out, of course. £9.65 is all you're going to pay. Take advantage of that £3 saving. You've not got long left, so be checking your baskets out on these. Look what's come back. Just want to remind you of this one as well. This is our craft knife. We're almost out of time, so I'm just bringing this one in at the last minute. To me, that is the best cap I've ever seen on a craft knife because that's going to stop that rolling around. That keeps you safe as well. 40% saving on this, saving £7. That is a quality knife, ergonomic handle, very comfortable, quality blade in there. You can change the blade, of course, if you need to. Wonderful. Thank you for your company. I've got to dash across the other side of the studio in a minute because we've got the one-day special. I've not worked with Pete yet. You can see a smile coming to my face now because it's one of those guests that I've been so wanting to work with for such a long time. And today I've got the opportunity. So please don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We had an incredible launch with the one-day special. Quickly check your baskets out if you've not done it. You're going to lose out on these prices. It's happy hour deals. You've got just under 3 minutes to check out. You've got a little bit longer than I'm on the screen, luckily, just while I make my way across the studio there. Now, thank you for your company. We've had the gang in again tonight. Carol, keep on painting. Happy birthday once again. See you very soon. Yes, can't wait for the next hour. It's the Sizzix Tim Holtz One Day Special. Then we've got the family favourites. Be Crafty are back. Sizzix Tim Holtz One Day Special to follow. Be Crafty.
Made from 100% recycled material, these 30 sheets of 12 by 12 grey board are a must-have for every crafter. At 2mm thick, this high-quality grey board is strong and incredibly versatile, working well with a variety of different paints, inks and other mediums. Add this to your crafting stash at hochanda.com.
Hi, I'm Hayley from Craft Yourself Silly, and we're really excited to still be working with you guys here on Hochanda. We were there from the very, very beginning, and we're still bringing you lots of really exciting soft crafts. We design and manufacture all of our kits and all of our fabrics here in the UK, and we love bringing them to you. So if you're an experienced sewer or you're just starting out in soft crafts and sewing, join us. There's tips and fabrics for everybody. Make sure you don't miss our shows and come and craft yourself silly on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Ali from Ali Stitch Your Fingers. I've been sewing most of my life. I absolutely love sewing. I've been with the Hochanda now from the very beginning, really. That's when I started to go there. The Hochanda family are lovely people to work with, and I'm really enjoying my time with them. Designing is a big part of the journey for me as well. I love going out and finding the fabrics to use in the projects and bringing them to you. I love the designing process from start to finish, and then the finished project is just the icing on the cake. So make sure you don't miss out. Come and sew with me on Hochanda.
What incredible inspiration. Of course, it's the one-day special. We launched at 6 o'clock tonight. Dave and Pete had a fantastic hour. Already a quarter of the stock has already gone. This hour, I'm sure, is going to be very, very busy as well. I'd like to say hello to anyone that's watching in the States, of course, and also out in Europe, as well as our UK customers. But Pete, hi. It's been such a long time. I've been here now thinking, I really want to work with Pete, because I know you're an inspiration to so many people, and I have watched your shows.
Yeah.
You've got such a calm manner.
You should have seen the end of the last hour. We were
no, that was Dave. That was Dave that was.
No, it wasn't Dave. It was all my fault.
Anyway, no, but honestly, we've got an amazing hour ahead, I'm sure. Can't wait for demonstration. So let's get down to it. What have we got here? This is our one-day special. Now you've got the Sizzix Thinlets here. You've got a set of 18 finishing touches. Now these are right up my street, straight away. I'm seeing flourishes. I love anything that's got flourishes on it. You've got dies. You've got dimensional domes. You've got so much here. Pete, tell us something about this whole bundle.
I think, well, apart from the mini travel globe with the dimensional domes, which is gorgeous in itself, the others, the intricate lace, the crochet, and the adorn set with the swirls, as you said, they're so usable, irrespective of what style of crafting you do, or you know, what you might be into mixed media, you might be into vintage, you might be into very modern and pristine. They work with everything. It can be clean, it can be messy. They are so usable. And I think it's something that is going to sit in your stash at the top of the pile for a long, long time to come.
It certainly is. I can see that for sure. Now then, look at the price. Brand new today, of course. You are saving £9. So that's a great price there. £45.95. Item number 107312. But before we move on, let's see it in a little bit more detail. Let's go through the individual items and have a closer look at them, and maybe some samples as well. So first of all, then, we have here this one. Now I genuinely, I absolutely love that. I love anything that's got flourishes on. I can see how that can lend itself to so many projects, so many styles, as you said there, Pete. We've got a wonderful sample at the side there. This one here with the flowers. Very simple, but so effective, isn't it?
Wouldn't it be great if we did that as our first demo?
Is that what we've got
That's
coming
what we're
up?
doing, yes.
Oh, fantastic. Lovely. Same colours? Are we going to change the colours?
Same colours, absolutely, same colours.
Fantastic. Yeah. Lovely. Now we've then got our crochet, which is this one here. Now that, again, that is beautiful. It's like a lace work. I can see, sorry, that is actually, I've just been corrected. That's the intricate lace there. I was told it was crochet, but it's not. It's intricate lace. Now, yes, you can see it's lace, can't you? Now I can see so many different effects done with that one, Pete. Can you spritz through that? Can you use it as a stencil as well?
Absolutely. You can stencil through that, or as you see in this sample here, we've done it as a sort of a faux emboss. So we've attached it to the same colour card and just inked over the top, so you get that kind of embossed effect. So it's really, really usable. Great in pearlized, great in metallics, but just by itself in plain, cream or ivory card, absolutely gorgeous.
It is. It's absolutely stunning. I'm loving these samples already. Now we're going to our crochet. Now these, again, look, they're like lace edgings. Maybe you've done crochet work. You can see why it's been named that. Now these are actually a great size. Can we actually see, where is it? I can't lean over.
Are you looking
enough.
For a
I wanted to
sample?
see the actual size of the dyes themselves.
I see.
We've got them at the back here. There they are.
There we are.
In a lovely little packet. I love the packets that come in as well, Pete, because it keeps everything nice and neat
it's always handy.
and protected. Now, let me just have a look at these. Am I right in thinking you can cut these directly out of the card and it leaves sort of the crocheted area within
what it does, what these dies actually do, they don't actually cut to the edge, so you can take the die off and then move it across, so you can cut a really long strip with these.
Lovely. So really there's no end to the length, because obviously they're not wide, so they're going to go through your standard machines and even the smaller machines as well, but the length of it, you can just keep moving it and moving it to the length that you require.
If you like your 12 by 12 scrapbooking, this can be 12 inches long.
Fabulous.
It can be 18 inches long.
Absolutely lovely, absolutely good. I love those. Now then, look at the price of this one-day special. You have got that saving there as well, but we've still more to show you because we've got the embellishment dies as well. Now these are great. I'm thinking straight away of travel journals.
Yeah, travel journaling. Dave said that. I mean, it's a great size for journaling. You can use them independently because you can see there's like a snow globe as well, which you can die cut, or you can use them with the dimensional domes, which come with the one-day special. So not only are you getting these 4 gorgeous sets, you are getting a set of dimensional domes as well.
Wow!
So
those domes, aren't they perfect? 12 of these as well. Now, I have got them at the back here. Now, I did manage to catch a little bit of the show that you did with Dave earlier. And if you're looking at the outside edge of these domes, you can see they've already got adhesive on there, haven't they?
They've got the adhesive on there, so it's all ready to go. Just peel that backing off. You can pop some glitter in there, or, you know, the heavy, chunky glitter, or put some confetti stars in there, and you can make a little shaker card, because there was a Christmas set. We launched these at Christmas time, and I know there are other sets coming up for the rest of the year.
Oh, fantastic. They've got a really nice dome on them as well. They're not too flat at all. They're like little flame saucers, aren't they? They're lovely. Now, that's your one-day special for you. It is an incredible bundle for you. $45.95, saving that £9. We've got loads more to show you on the website, so we're going to take you there right now. I know we're already busy. So much to see. We're going to go to demonstration area now with Pete, because we want to get straight into demonstrations and see as much as we possibly can. Now, the insects that you're seeing on the screen there, extremely busy at launch. I'm not surprised 3/4 of the stock went in that very first hour. There's so much to see. Do have a good look. Quickest and easiest way to shop, of course, is the website. Very busy already during this hour as well, but we want to get down to demonstrations. So, Pete, I'm going to leave it with you.
OK, well, before we start, one thing I want to show, because we held up this cat. It was speed crafting, and I held it up at the end, and it was a classic. The front fell off, and I'm standing there like a loon. But just to prove that I did finish it, so there's the dragonfly. We've got our embossed wood effect there with our embossing folder. We've got the alphabet there. We've got our lovely intricate lace as well. So just to prove that I finished it, there it is, folks. So
love it, love it.
Without further ado, we were talking about the lovely Adorn dies, those swirls, which we both love so much. And I'm going to do a technique now. I want to try and get a kind of a galvanized steel technique.
Oh,
and I'm going to use some of my distress oxides, which I kind of fell in love with. And I've got to be honest, that when the oxides first came out, I thought, well, what's this all about? I'm never going to switch from my distress inks. But I love them. They're different. And one of the differences about them is, because they're kind of a pigment ink, you can work on darker card. And it shows up. Now, I've used rusty hinge and broken china there. That's where I've started with. And I'm going to spritz, but I'm not spritzing too heavily. There, so we get some water on there. This is grey card. It's kind of a textured card. But I'm going to dip that in there. And when I pull that off, you can see already.
Look at the colour, the intensity. It's
really punching through there. But that will die down when we actually start to dry. When these dry, they do actually, the colour does die down. So that's the effect that I was going for. And I'm going to take my heat tool, which is under here. So we'll get this dried off, and you'll see what I mean. You see that orange in the centre there. As it dries, it kind of knocks back. So be brave with these colours. When you're using these oxides, a lot of things like oxides and acrylic paints, they become more muted as they dry. So do be brave. Now,
oh, look at the effects there.
It's a lovely effect, and it does look like sort of galvanised old rusted steel that's been left out to become weathered, which would be great when we're showing our planter lately. We've got a lovely plant pot dye, and that reacts particularly well with these techniques. So that's
an amazing background as it is, but to actually die cut it as well. Can I just check, Pete? What is it you've used here? Is it
this is just a craft mat. Yeah, but it's a white craft mat, and I've got two. I've got the brown one. I've got the white one.
I think I recognise that. Would it be the one that's the same on the Tim Holtz
yes,
mat?
That's the one.
I recognise it. Yeah.
But the reason I use the white one is because it shows up with these oxides.
Yes,
now this is pumice stone, and again, this is a lighter. Almost a great. So, that's it. That's what I'm looking for. So I'm just picking that up there. And we can take our craft mat. Well, I'll clean it off first. Always clean as you go along. I wish I took my own advice sometimes. Anybody who works with me will know.
We never do as demonstrators,
no,
Pete, do we?
No. There we are. So that's going to be ready to go. And that grey there just sits on top of our blue and on top of that lovely, lovely rusty colour. And we'll take that back.
It almost looks like fabric now, actually.
It does. It has got a slight texture, which does make us a bit of a difference, but it works equally well on just flat cardstock as well. You know what? I've got a dual power heat tool. Why am I doing this on a low power? Anyway.
Yes, if you speed it up, we can get more demos in, Pete. That's the idea.
It's not great TV, is it? It's like watching paint dry. Actually,
it is so effective, though.
It sure is. Now, that's what I'm going to die cut my adorned swirls and some flowers. The flowers are the Funky Florals Large, which we also have on the show. But these are the dies that I'm going to use. But rather than go through all that rigmarole, I've actually pre-cut them for you here.
Lovely.
So we've got them in place. What I've done is on the edge, I've actually used black soot distressing. So I've just gone round the tips.
One of my favourites, actually. I use the black more than anything.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Now, walnut stain, I think, is my favourite.
Is it?
Yeah.
I use it on. I do MDF. You see, I do characters and I paint them, and then use the ink on the edge to sort of define the edges and give shadows.
Well, black soot's perfect for that, and I am actually going to use it later as well. So for that kind of thing. So what I'm doing now, this is my paper sculpting kit. This is a kit which we've had on a few times, so people will be familiar with it. And I did see when we were going through the rundown what's on the website that this is actually on the show. And it comes with with various different tools, but it's perfect if you've got florals, die-cut florals, for actually forming them and giving them some shape and dimension without getting all those creases in them. And it's so quick and easy to do as well. These are a couple of the flower centres which were cut with the same die.
Now I can see with the die, Pete, they're all attached, aren't they? So it keeps everything nice and safe.
Right. Yeah.
You can multi-cut in one go. And you're not going to lose those little centres. So whether you use them or not, just keep the spare bits in a pot because you're going to use them at some point if you don't use them straight away. Love the fact that they're not all individual dies.
I think that's something as a company we learned a long time ago, because I remember when we started working with this kind of the wafer thin dies, we do all little individual dies, and it's so frustrating when you can't find the one you're looking for and it's down the back of the couch and drives me nuts. So I'm putting a bit of PVA on there, but you'll notice I'm strategically gluing it because I want this to come away from the card as well. Perfect. I want to get that kind of sense of dimension going on, and I'm going to do the same with this. Just a blob of glue there and a blob of glue there. Blob of blue.
That is such a pretty flourish. And again, you could snip into that, you could take elements from it, but they're beautiful sizes they are, but you could actually extend on that as well, just by cutting into an extra one and extending maybe the flourish on the end, extra swirls on there.
That's exactly right. And you know what? It's working with you as a crafter, you can see these things, you can see the possibilities beyond what you get with the die. The fact that you can cut a bit down, that you don't have to use it all together. You can fit it, you can cut it to fit your project and fit your style, more importantly, as well.
You certainly
so
can.
There we are. We'll get the second flower, we'll bring that one in there. And finally, I'm going to get my PVA, pop them in the middle. And you can see how that bit of rust, that colour under there, how that just comes through. It's very, very subtle when it's cut, but it certainly makes a big, big difference.
Really love it. And the finishing touches of those centre bits, actually, they make such a difference when you put them in place.
Absolutely. And now, speaking of finishing touches, let's come in with some Lovely gems there. One in the centre of
that little bit of bling. Oh, I'm so pleased there's a little bit of bling on there.
Well, you know what? I think we all want a little bit of bling in our lives. But that's it
beautiful.
now. You can. I've added, on the actual sample, I've added some of these little gems, but we're not going to do that because it takes... Oh, even better, you can reach across.
Actually.
And that's the original one there. So you can see the one with the little pearls on as well, those little accents. That really helps pull the whole composition together.
It does. Now, two cards the same, but you can see the difference because you're going to get a different background with that technique every time. You can, of course, change the colours if you want. I think that is absolutely stunning, Pete. I really, really do.
But and we're giving it an industrial look. It says Happy Father's Day. Why not give your dad flowers?
Of course.
It's not just for the girls.
There's no rules. There's certainly no rules in crafting. You can do whatever you find comfortable.
Absolutely.
It's about having fun with great tools, and this is what you're getting during this show, of course, during the one-day special, all quality. Now then, we have got details for you of the Big Shot machine as well. It's our machine of the month. Now, this is an absolutely fantastic deal. Look at the saving. £30 saving, just $99.99. Look what you're getting there in the image there as well. Now you can split this over a flexi buy option if you like, 3 payments of £33 and 33 pence. Now you're getting fabric in there, you're getting cardstock, you can see you've got the dies in there as well. Of course you are getting the machine as well. You've got you've got that deep dish die in there as well, the one with the blades, you know, the safety one. I can't remember the official name of it now. The big die, that's it. Now that is, and I've got to say, I've had Big Shot machines for many, many years, and they have never let me down. Absolutely love my Big Shot. Amazing price there and a fantastic saving. Do take advantage of that. 561854. Now then, the one-day special. This is just incredible. You've got such a lovely mix here. You've got the dies. You've got the domes in here as well. Let's go through everything individually. So we'll start here. We've just seen those lovely flourishes there, the finishing touches dies there. These are thinlet dies. They are absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you crafters out there can see exactly where you would be snipping into those if you want to extend bits, if you want to make them smaller, how you can mix them around. That is an absolutely gorgeous die set. Love it. Then we have our, oh, this is our lacy one, isn't it? What's the official name of that one again? Just intricate lace. As you see, it is exactly as you see there on the image. It is beautiful. So you can do that sort of faux embossed effect that Pete mentioned earlier. You can spritz through that. You can stencil through it. You could offset them and give shadows. There's so many things you can do with your dies, especially with dies like with so much detail in there. But we've got much more for you because here at the bottom we have got, oh, this is here. These are gorgeous, aren't they? Now then, I can tell you, if you're going for the individuals, these have actually sold out on their own. You can, of course, get them as part of the one-day special, but individually they have sold out. Now, why wouldn't you take advantage of the one-day special? You're saving £9. This is just one of the sets that you're going to get in there. Do take note of the samples as we go around the set as well. These are perfect, whether you're using them for cards, for journaling, little images for your scrapbooking, but we're going to get those domes, aren't we? We're going to get 12 of those domes. I'm going to come back to those in a second, but I'm going to finish with the dies as well for you first because we've got our crocheted borders as well. Do take a note of those samples there. There we've got our borders. I'm just going to bring those back in actually because I have got them all here. We've got 4 different borders, different designs. These you can extend so you can make them longer. There's no end cutting pieces. There's no edge on the very ends of them. So they're going to cut beautifully, give you that detail, but you can extend the length that you cut. So maybe you want to use them on scrapbooking pages. Maybe, do you know what I did once in my shop? I did it with a punch, but you could do it with a die. I put little fancy edges on my shelves to display all my cards and things. Look really effective. So maybe you could do that in your craft room and just trim the edges of your shelves up. But they are absolutely perfect for so many reasons. Part of the one-day special again there, and of course just to go back to those domes, I love these. I'm going to show you the depth of these, the height, if I put it that way. Little flying saucers, that's what they look like. But they're brilliant because you've got the adhesive on there. So all you need to do is peel off the backing. You can stick these down, put your beads in there, put your glitters in there, all sorts of different sparkly things. Put those die cuts in there as well. Absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? They really are. What a bundle. Now you're saving that £9 there. £45.95, 107312. Now, of course, we've got more for you. We've got lots of news today, of course. Now then, something that was so busy earlier for you. What have we got here? We've got those thinlets, the set of 4 dies, the Geo Insects. I can see why they were so busy. These, of course, by Tim Holtz. You saw that finished sample at the start there. Look at the one with the key there, adding the wings there to that key. That is just such a simple idea, but so effective. These, oh Pete, these were so busy earlier. We sold so much of the stock, didn't we, in the first hour?
We did. I've been on the phone to Sizzix. Hopefully we'll try and get some more in tomorrow, but there's no guarantee, I'm afraid.
Wow.
But it's taken me by surprise. I love it. I really do. I love this set, but I'm surprised at how popular it's been with our viewers. Well, I'm not really, because they are great. and they're really big dies as well.
I think with our viewers, Pete, they know quality. Obviously, your demonstrations are so inspiring. What strikes me about the samples I'm seeing, they're so effective, but the simplicity just says it all. You do not need any more than you're seeing there.
Oh,
just the techniques that you show us are incredible, but everybody can do it. 80% of the stock has now gone at the Geo Insects, just £9.99. That's a great price, isn't it? 415487. But we've got more to show you as well, because we've got our destination. What is it? The destination? Oh, it's just come out. The Destination by Tim Holtz. Oh, I thought there was going to be another word after that. So again, Thinlet Dies, Destination by Tim Holtz, new today, another great price, £10.99. Now, why do you love this one so much, Pete?
Well, I know Dave had a soft spot for this one, but again, it's so usable because you know, travel journals, we were talking about anything Bon Voyage, anything to do with travel, really.
Yeah.
And you can use a part of it, you can use the whole of it. It's a great background, but it's great as the main feature as well. And it's upside down. There you go.
There you go, that way.
There you go.
I'm in Australia, that's right.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, our Australian viewers. But it's so intricate as well, and it cuts so cleanly, and it works with metallics. It works with, I mean, we've used some different techniques, obviously, as you can see from the different samples.
Let's get this the right way up now.
There you go.
There you go. That's how it upside down. Look at that. Now you can see it in all its glory.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous. I love it.
Ticket to the World. What song's that from? Do you remember?
Ticket to the World.
Yeah. You'd have Ticket to the World.
Oh,
anyway,
yes. I'm going to be singing that all night
Sorry
now.
about that. There you go. You can't have a Welshman on the show and not have him sing. Right, yes, that's... I mean, Dave loved that. I love this one because, again, we talked about putting it on a corkboard and maybe having little pins from where you've been, leading from there to photographs and stuff like that.
Of course. Now, now mixing that with the heart and the flower again there, you wouldn't think of it, you wouldn't necessarily think of it, but to see it there, again, it's just a stunning example and another way that you come up with it. I love those little stamps on the edge there as well, the little postage stamps.
Yeah, I like stamps when they just come off the edge. You know, just for adding little
fantastic.
Features.
Lovely. Do you know what else I like about these dies as well? The packaging that they come in. Doesn't that keep everything safe? Absolutely glorious. So you can tuck that away, keeps it nice and safe for you, keeps everything nice and compact, and you can put it away nice and safely. Now then, we've got more for you because we've got our alphabet. Now this again, I was listening to the show with Dave earlier, and I know this is one of those dice that's invaluable, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, it's something you've got to come back to because it's a classic style and it's something that can be used in a formal way, but it can also be used higgledy-piggledy. There's no better way of saying it, but there's 140 dies there, so you're getting a lot of each letter, which means you can create words. Now, the way I like to use these is to use one of those sticky notelets and actually put the letters down on that. So line them up and then put that onto your card and cut through so you know that they're aligned. Rather than cut them one letter at a time, it's so much easier to do.
What a great idea. I love the fact that you're getting multiples of some of those letters in there. What a great idea. And what a great price again. I can't believe that price. These are Tim Holtz, of course. £9.99 for all of those elements. 140 dies. Totally invaluable. 521063. These are going to be used time after time after time. If ever you're stuck for a sentiment, for a name, you want to personalise, you've got the dates in there, you've got everything you need. That is such a usable set. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now we have got more because we're moving down the counter again for you. Now, has anybody got any bright ideas?
Oh. There you go. Like it. Yeah, this is a filament die. It's a Biggs die, of course. It's the first one. And a Biggs die means steel rule, which means that you can cut through things like Bubblux. You can cut through mountboard, chipboard, grey board. You can cut through any kind of textile. So people are actually using these for... Oh, I've seen one on a cushion, which was at the CHA show in America. Absolutely gorgeous. But it's very on trend at the moment. Of course, these lights, any new club or bar or restaurant that you go into, you see these kind of very oldie-worldy kind of bulbs hanging from the ceiling. It's just a lovely big die. Great for your mixed media as well.
Lovely. Now, I love the big stars. That's the name I couldn't think of earlier, the big stars. And I should know because I've got plenty of them. But they're so safe to use. You've got those steel rule dies inside there, but you can't feel them. It's just the pressure of the machine that's going to cut through all those fabulous surfaces for you, whether you're using fabric or balsa wood or whatever you want to use, you are going to have the depth there. Now, this is a lovely sample. I love the paint splatters in this. I've just got a thing about the splattering. I really have, especially when it's white as well. Love that. And this is a book. This is the front of a book.
This is a journal, yeah. Yeah, that's my bright ideas. So you can't open that because it's got all my design ideas in there, and you know, it's top secret. Actually, it's blank at the moment.
No. I'm keeping this secret.
But it will be my bright ideas. But yeah.
$14.99. Another great price for you there. $14.99. 302-483. Now, we've got more big dies for you. Now, I think we had a mention of this, didn't we? You did say earlier, didn't you, Pete, about the pot?
Right, yeah, this is potted. There are three, well, I mean, you can do innumerable styles, but, you know, all those elements, the bands around the centre, they come with the die as well. We're talking big dies, so we're talking about heavyweight materials again, great for your mixed media. Great for embossing. We're going to use this in a second. We're going to emboss it with one of our 3D folders, which is coming up next.
Lovely. Now, we can see one or two samples with this one again. I can think of so many ways you can work with it. I love the fact that you've got those separate elements, the bands that go around the barrel there. So it could be a barrel, it could be an old beer barrel, it could be a pot, it could be a planter in your garden, it can be whatever you want. Using those techniques that we've already seen with the demonstrations from Pete, especially the one in the first hour here, works so beautifully with that design. Love it. So useful. $14.99, 570-514. Now, from dies, we're going to move down to embossing folders. Now then, these are unusual for the colour.
They are. If I can just dip down here, actually
we're going to get two of these, actually.
These are our 3D embossing folders. And 3D embossing has really brought embossing back into the spotlight, because the depth that you, not only the depth that you get with these, but the level of detail and the way that the embossed curves is, it's phenomenal.
Let me show that board, Pete. They are incredible. Oh, look, I've done it again. I knew I was going to knock something over. Did Dave do the same set?
No, I do.
Well, I'll blame whoever put those there, because they've obviously not put them up right, have they? Pete, it's your fault. There you go. No, seriously, look at these. I can imagine alcohol inks over these as well, getting your different, you know, your different techniques again. Look at the depth. I absolutely love those for so many reasons. Again, you've got the depth there of the embossing. You've got great quality products. I love, again, because you've got the flourishes, but that wood grain, I've got to say, I would find so many uses for that. Busy for these as well. Quarter of the stock gone. And you've got a freedom price, so it makes it even better. £11.68 is the freedom price for you. That is delivered, of course. 345231. As Pete is so kindly picking up our samples, let's just you know, focus on these a little while and see the fantastic techniques that you get in there. Again, simple cards. Oh, I love that one. I love that. Look at that background. So what was used there then?
That was just dry brushing.
It's just dry brushing?
Yeah, just dry brush. You can put add a bit of gilding wax to that if you wish as well, but that was just dry brushing, two colours.
Wow.
But that's the beauty of it. It's so simple. And what I love when I do a demonstration, or when I do a workshop particularly, you know, people will look at the samples sometimes and think, I can't do that. But I don't think there's any such thing as an advanced technique.
Love it.
You know, as long as you're teaching it right. You know, I think anybody can achieve these results very, very quickly.
They certainly can. And as I keep saying, it do take inspiration from all these samples. People work so hard on the side. In fact, have you done all these, Pete?
I have,
all your samples?
Yeah.
Pete, he just such inspiration. But we've got more. Let's get down the counter because we want to get back to demonstration area. What have we got for you now? Now, I've seen a hint of these in the samples as well. These are so useful. The steampunk parts, of course, Tim Holtz again. There are Sizzix, Big Stars again. These, once again, I love the little bolts there. The effect that you've got with that rust and patina again, that it just works so incredibly well.
So I would buy this die if it just had the bolts. Honestly, I just love those hex bolts. Those were cut from Bubblux, which, of course, is that very thick sort of like foam board plastic, you would look at it and you wouldn't believe that you could die cut it, but you can with the big size, and that's why what makes it so great for mixed media. And we can see on this sample we've got our map in the background, we've got our lovely swirls which we just looked at earlier, and we've also got the steampunk parts in there, so that shows just how beautifully all these elements go together.
And another fantastic price. Do you know, I don't know how we do these prices. £14.99, 405-206. And I'm with Pete on that. If it was just those bolts, I would be having that one as well. I just think it's incredible. Now, we've got one final lot for you. It's not a lot because it's not price drop. We've got one final bundle for you on the end of the counter here. And what a bundle it is. We've got our trinket frames, again, of course, by Tim Holtz. These, again, are so usable, Pete. Love them.
Well, you know, with these, they were designed specifically to work in the trinket tins, which is one of Tim's products. But you can use the inside of the frame, which is just a glorious shape. Now, remember that card we started the show with the dragonfly on?
Yes.
That shape that we had, that background, which was embossed, that comes from the trinket frames.
Oh,
so you can use
lovely.
the inside, you can use the outside, you can use them together. Very, very versatile, lovely for your vintage style crafts, particularly. But
Definitely.
if you see them in the tins, it really sort of brings them to life and shows the kind of things that you can do with them. The one that we're going to see next, it's actually my daughter there, holding that flower. It is indeed, bless her. And so we've used one of the flowers, one of the wildflower stems as well. But you can see the frame on the inside of the tin and the one on the opposite side with the text on it. Those are actually using the intricate lace as well for a faux embossing effect. So all these products coming together. It's just, and the next one, that's very, very kind of steampunky. So we're using a lot of Tim's elements there. But you can see underneath, I've used gilding wax, and we've used the swirls, which come in our one-day special. We've got those the trinket frames as well, all the metal elements going on. One of the paper dolls. Tim's got these paper dolls, so they're different. Kind of like old vintagey photos, which work fantastically well with all these
make the most perfect keepsakes, don't they? They really, really do. And of course, you can use those frames landscape or portrait way. I've got to say, I love, again, the use of flourishes in those samples. That just shows how that particular style lends itself across everything, doesn't it? 744-336, just £14.99 for those as well. Now, lovely show. I'm enjoying this so much, I've got to tell you. Now, of course, we can remind you of one or two things later, but we want to get back to the demo area, don't we? So where are we going next, I wonder? Let's take you to some more inspiration. Incredible, aren't they? What a lovely hour we're having as well. We've still got time left to see, hopefully, some more demonstrations starting right now. I don't want to take any more of your time up, Pete. What are we going to do?
Okay, right now we're going to look at our potted die. That's the one with the plant pots and the planters and so on and so forth. We're also going to be looking at our 3D embossing folder, the lumber one, the wood one, the one that you like so much. So I'm going to start off by cutting. I've got some black card and I've got some craft card. Now, if you're anything like me, have you got a bit of a thing for craft card?
I love craft card.
I love craft card. I'm going to take my cutting plates.
Lovely.
Sandwich, and this time we don't need the platform that we use for our thinlit dies or for our embossing folders. We just run that through. Now, if I was batch cutting, if I was doing, say, wedding invitations or something like that, you can cut, depending on the intricacy of the die, you can cut, 5, 6, 7 layers at one time. And you know what? I had a circle die once, and I thought, it had 3 circles on it. I thought, how many sheets of tissue paper can I cut in one pass? Go on, have a guess. Have a guess. I know it's putting you on the spot.
Right, I'm going to say 12.
118.
You're
you
joking.
were way off.
I nearly said
118.
15. I thought, is that a bit ambitious? So I've brought it down a little bit. How many?
118 tissue. I folded it.
Really?
How many times did I fold it? It must have been, I can't remember. Yeah, 118.
Wow.
I know,
am
and we counted them
genuinely
afterwards.
surprised.
I will do it next time I'm in. I'm going to try and do that. So
yes.
Because I know there's a lot of you out there
that.
saying, I don't believe that 118
We're going
is
to see
pulling
it.
my
Wow.
leg. Now, I'm taking this, now with 3D embossing folders, because of the way they work, you want the fibres to stretch when you emboss. That's why I spritz it lightly to start off with. And I'm going to place this, I'm going to look for a nice place on the folder.
Lovely.
It's all a nice place on this folder.
Well, it is, but you have got that added advantage of you can pick out the knot in the wood, you can go for a more sort of just the grainy bit, so it's entirely up to you where you choose it. So you have got that option.
So I'm doing it on the top of the... no, I'm not. I'm actually... See, I got it wrong. There you go. You were here the day I got it wrong. No, I get it wrong all the time. I'm taking the top of the platform off and I'm just using the base.
Perfect.
With the 3D folders, because they're thicker, you don't need the extra thickness. And I'm also using one single cutting plate. This is the only item of ours where you use just a single cutting plate.
I see.
So, there we have it. But if you're not sure, of course, the instructions are always on the platform anyway. So.
The important thing, I think, and we do say this often, but it is very important, don't ever really force anything through your machine. You should be able to feel the pressure, but if it feels like it's just not going as it should, you know something's wrong.
There you go, and that's it, isn't it?
Look at that.
I know, and that's
wow.
just on the craft card. That's glorious, isn't it? It really is
look
cute.
at that.
But that by itself is enough, almost.
Pete, you don't really need to even have to ink that because it shows the different colours through. Where it's embossed and you see the difference in colour coming through the grain, it looks as though you've actually already added something.
It is gorgeous, but that obviously, when it dries off, it's slightly different.
Is that just the water that's kind of
it's kind of embedded into that there. I'm going to add a little bit of acrylic, so we've got that lovely ochre colour, and we've got this one. This one's called Desert Sand. That's my lighter one. And I'm going to dry brush onto this, so I don't want too much colour on my brush. And I'm just, this gives it a bit of warmth, this ochre. Last time we went with a much darker colour when we were doing this earlier on the launch show. But this time the ochre gives me a lovely, lovely warmth. Barely perceptible, but it's there nonetheless.
This is a nice thing again, though. If you've got a die like that, so you've got your barrels or your oak caskets or whatever you want to call them, you know, your plant pots. There's so many different techniques, but also the colour changes it. So you can have quite a new sort of fresh wood look, or you can have a really aged oak look.
You can, or like a bleached. Remember that one with the porthole that we looked at? That was like a sun bleached, the sort of thing you'd see at the seaside.
Yes, of course.
With a seagull perched on the top, naturally.
Oh, that's a good idea.
There you go. So again, I'm going to go with my walnut stain around the edge. This just gives it a nice contrast when we place it onto our project. Of course, these acrylics dry almost instantly, especially when you're dry brushing like that. So there we have it. That's ready to go. Now, we did, I'll just get the worst of this off here.
What a difference. So if I just put those two together, okay, this one, is this one slightly damp? I think it is, I can feel it. But let me just, I'm going to put them down for the overhead actually again there, just so you can compare the two. So you can see the warmth of the colour there with the paint. But that little bit of ink around the edge, adding that shadowing, it gives it depth, it makes it look more 3D. It really makes such a difference. So worthwhile doing.
It certainly does. And we've got the two elements which we cut. Now this is going to be the band around the centre. You can see there's two holes there. And I'm going to put them side by side like that. And then just take this, oh, what do you call them?
It's a little brass.
Brad.
What the brass? It's a, oh, what do they call them now? It's not a tack. It is a brad, but there's another name as well. I can't remember. The ones we used to get from the stationery place just for the paper. But yes, it's a brad, really.
Yeah. So I'm just going to place that on there. Now I'm going to take some lovely gilding wax. This is silver gilding wax, and I always start on a sticky note like this because I don't want to get too much wax on there. And I can control it more if I'm taking it from the paper rather than going from the pot directly onto it. If you get too much, you get a big blob, and it's kind of ruined. So there. Now I'm in control, so there's just a little bit of black coming through. I'll take the gilding wax out of the way.
Now, you see, Pete, for me, it's that attention to detail, just adding that little hole in the band there so you can apply that brad, you can add that detail. It just makes it perfection.
Yeah, that's Mr. Holtz for you, bless him. Yeah, he actually launched this range. This is all brand new. It was launched on the 1st of April.
Wow.
You might have thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. It was all true. But yeah, he launched it on his Facebook page, I think yesterday. So
Really?
this is fresh
Wow, it's that new.
off the boat.
And it was launched here, of course, just at 6 o'clock today. New today. There you can see the details for the potted by Tim Holtz die there. £14.99. You have got those extra elements in there, so you can put the bands around there. Use it in conjunction, of course, with the 3D embossing folders. I would be getting those together for sure. Now, 570514 is the item number for the potted die there. Do keep popping onto the website. Look at everything, but we don't want to take away from the demonstration time. So, Pete, what are you doing now?
Right, well, these are flowers that are pre-cut. This is from we have actually got these on the show. They're not on the counter, but it's the Wildflower Stems #1. This is one of the lovely sets. This was launched actually at the beginning of the year, and we've had it on the show numerous times already. Always been very, very popular, but of course I couldn't do these dies without flowers. If it was just a lone plant put by itself, it would look a bit silly. So I said, get me some flowers on the show. If you've already got them, great. If you haven't, what a great investment they are, because I mean, flowers are universal. We use them all the time. We use them all year round. I mean, this is a daisy, but I'm going to turn it into a sunflower, hopefully by putting one on top of the other.
Love it.
And I'm getting some wild honey just over the top there, just on the edges. And I'm going to bring in my mat from my paper sculpting kit again, and I'm just going to curl that up and give it some dimension. Just work around these edges like so. And wild honey, that's another favourite of mine. I don't know if it's one that you use often.
I just love any of the distress things, I've got to say. I do have, because of, I do all sorts of crafting, Pete, but with the things that people see me here or associate with me on Hochanda, there's certain colours that I tend to go with because of the style of crafting. But do you know what? You cannot go wrong. What would we do without Tim Holtz? That's what I say. £14.99 for those wildflower stems. #1. #1, that makes me think there's going to be more of those then.
Well, there's #2.
464013.
He has got a #2 out, and I'm sure, given the popularity of him, I'm sure there'll be more on the way. If that's what people want, Tim's not going to fight it. He's not going to argue with that. And I've got some threaded buttons, you see here, some lovely wooden buttons, and I'm popping those in the centre of the flowers. Then I'm taking my planter, and I'm going to put some 3D foam pads on there. Normally I'd use the thicker ones on the edge, but
now, don't
not
those
today.
buttons make the perfect inner for sunflowers?
They do, they do. Well, I was looking around for something because obviously they are daisies, but I thought I want to do sunflowers because I do love sunflowers. Now there we are. We're going to put the pot by there, and I'll take my card and we'll quickly put a background on this card. And I'm using, this is a Tim Holtz stamp actually, and this is London Fog. It's a Memento ink pad, and I'm coming down there. You have to be very careful doing this because you don't want to blob it. There. Ah. And if you have to be very careful, live TV is not the place.
Oh, it is fantastic. Look at it.
We'll
love it. Absolutely love it. Again, the simplicity, but it just at the same time it's making a statement. Do you know, I love it when we have guests like Pete as well, because you see things from a guy's perspective as well as from a lady's perspective, of course, but that would suit male or female. There's nothing wrong with giving flowers to a guy, that's what I say. £14.99, the potted by Tim Holtz there, that die. Wonderful, Pete.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Love those embossing folders as well. Now, do go to the website. You can see the embossing folders there. You can see the potted die. Of course, you can see everything that we've seen on the show, plus more as well. Now, it is the one-day special, so we're going to give you a reminder of the details there. But in the meantime, do take a good look at absolutely everything. Don't forget the Big Shot machine as well. There's a great price on that bundle as well. Of course, you're not just getting the machine, you're getting all those extras in there. And on a flexi-pay, a flexi-buy, 3 flexi-buys, in fact, 3 payments, So over 3 months. Fantastic. Now, I have been hearing throughout the hour that it has been another very busy hour, and you're loving absolutely everything. So there's no clear favourite, really, I don't think. It's just everything's going and everybody loves everything. I'm not surprised. But it is about the one-day special, really, because this is where you're going to make the savings. Now, I do remember, without being told again, this one here sold out individually. So the only way you can get it is part of the one-day special, and it is incredible. So let's quickly go through everything again. We've got our intricate lace here. Beautiful, beautiful dye. Again, you can cut into that. You can use it as a whole. You can spritz through it. You can stencil through it. You can use it in so many different ways. Absolutely gorgeous. One of my favourites, of course, is this one here. I love that. That's the one of our flourish dyes there. Such snippability in that one as well. Use them as they are. Use those techniques as we saw in the first demonstration. Makes them look absolutely amazing. Then down at the front here, we've got the one. This is the one that sold out individually. It is so sweet, isn't it? Because you've got those individual elements, just the perfect size for going into our domes, of course, which you're going to get 12 of. And all you need to do with these is just peel away the adhesive back in. You can stick those straight down. So many uses. I'm sure we'll see another glimpse of some of the samples in a little while. Another favourite of mine within this particular bundle is the crochet. Absolutely love that. You can make whatever lengths you want there because the ends will not cut out, so you can move it along. And actually, it's not a great indication as to size as to what you're seeing on the screen there, because, in fact, let me bring one down for you. Oh, sorry, Jimmy, I was going to compare it next to the packaging, but I'll pick it up for you there. Let's put it down at the bottom now. Look, there, you can see now. Look at the difference in size there. Really wanted to show you that so you could make a comparison. What a great price. Even without the saving, it's an amazing price. But for £45.95, and you can split that down over that flexi-buy payment. 2 payments of £22.98. Of course, it's brand new for the one-day special, 107312. Don't want to waste any more time. I'm going to take you back to Pete any second now. But please do use the website. Quickest and easiest way to shop, as always. And I do want to say another hello to our viewers in Europe and, of course, in the States as well, because, of course, everyone knows who Tim Holtz is all over the world, but especially in the States. Now then, what we're going to do now,
right,
Pete?
we're going to do a nice, quick, simple graphic one. We're just using grey and we're using ivory, one of my favourite colour combinations. We're also using the crochet dye. I love that crochet dye set. I know you do too.
I do love it.
Now, with intricate dyes, you don't have to use this with the crochet dye, but this is called our precision base plate. It's a steel plate, and I'm going to use this as my base plate. And what it does, it helps with the intricate lace. We understand that with the more intricate dyes that people are bringing out these days, you need to run it through a few times. That's accepted. But if you use a precision base plate, usually 1, maybe 2 maximum, and it cuts out perfectly.
Well worth having that plate then.
So,
wait until you see the detail of this. Look at this.
There you go.
I'm going to pick that up and show you now. Look at that.
No.
Look at that. That could be a real piece of lace, couldn't it? Crocheted lace, cotton crocheted lace. Absolutely gorgeous.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, now this time I'm using my precision base plate. You can use the die face down on this precision base plate.
Okay.
I'm going to use it face up because it does give me that extra pressure, which I like.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to run it through. Just the once, and given the level of detail in this die, now we could spend the next 20 minutes poking all the bits out with a pokey tool, but I am actually going to revert to my die brush, which is
so handy.
Godsend.
Well, you can actually get these. We can bring the details up for these. Actually,
we have.
Very, very useful tool, and you get the foam pad, which you really want there, don't you? You can see how well that works, and you get the die kick as well. What a fantastic bundle, and again a great price, £10.98. Treat yourself to that one. You're going to wish you'd had that much sooner. That is going to save you so much time.
Yeah, I remember before it came out, I did some Christmas cards for work to send out to different customers, and I had to do 60 of them. We used these really intricate snowflakes, and I spent forever poking all the...
Oh, no!
And then about a month later, this came about, and it saved my life on a few occasions. Now...
I thought you were going to say about a month later I was still there poking all the bits out then.
Almost literally, you're not far wrong, actually. So I'm going to put a bit of PVA onto here. And it doesn't matter if I get a blob, because it does dry clear. So,
oh, no, I'm with you on this, Pete. Look at the ivory against that grey. Doesn't that look
glorious?
Fabulous?
Really, really nice. I'm going to do the same with this one, the one that I cut earlier. Just run it across there like so. Oh, a bit much there. Sometimes I'll use spray adhesive glue as well, depending on where I want to go with this, but just using a bit there, it does mean that the lace can stand proud slightly, so you using light and shade to do your job for you as well. It's nice when it's not completely stuck down.
Yeah. Lovely. You've done something there that I always used to give out as a tip as well in my workshops, and always cut, if you've got a border like that, cut it longer than you need it, then you can centralise the pattern and just snip away the edges.
Yeah,
I'm right, aren't I? Not jumped ahead, got that wrong,
no, not at all. because if you do, and it's like half a mil too short, it looks a bit silly, quite frankly. So yeah, when you snip it down, you know you're going to get it there. And see how where it's standing proud, where it's standing away like that, you're letting the shadow play on there. Now, this is one I printed off. It's Save the Date, Rachel and... Didn't we have a marriage proposal?
We did. We did. On the 2 o'clock show, it was Let Leonie Loose. If you're still watching, ladies, it was Joe and Ruth, and it was Joe that proposed to Ruth. And yes, it was an incredible... It made history on Hochanda. Actually, you can see a little clip of it on the Facebook. I was delighted to be presenting that show as well. And Leonie was asked if she would just help out a little bit as well. So if you're watching, ladies, we want photographs.
We do, and you know, Leonie told me Leonie was so made up. She was so chuffed a bit. She really was.
It was lovely, and we had absolutely no idea when we went to air with that show. We had absolutely no idea at all that was going to happen. Yeah, the email came in during the show. Nobody knew. We had no clue whatsoever. It was a total surprise.
And ladies, I'm not touting for business, but if you are thinking about your wedding invitations or you save the dates, you could look no further than this wonderful crochet set.
Do you know what? I'm with you. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
It really is.
There's not much effort, really. It's just letting the colours and the shapes speak for themselves. So there's no fancy inking techniques or anything like that. We've just let those gorgeous... You don't need to do anything when you've got a die this beautiful and this decorative and this intricate. It really does speak for itself. So I've taken my large funky floral elements, which I die cut earlier, and I'll apply a bit of glue to this, because everything's quite centred. I don't like centred. It doesn't work well for me. So I want to have a little flower just popping off the side there.
Do you know, I'm just thinking there, Pete, it's so elegant, so stylish, but actually, that would cost so little to make. If you did those as wedding invitations, or you could use it for a christening as well, it could be whatever you want it to be, you would save an absolute fortune on your invitations. Don't just keep it there. You could make the place tags, you could make the table numbers, you could make gift bags, the favour boxes, everything to match. Yes, it's going to take some time to cut all those elements out, but how much satisfaction are you going to have creating something like that? Absolutely stunning.
And nothing, you know, when it's bespoke, when it's personal, that's the thing. And so many people are making their own wedding invitations and so on and so forth these days.
I love it.
And that's a good place to start. How quick was that?
That's my new favourite sample, that one.
Yeah, lovely.
I love it.
But that was the simplest, wasn't it? It's the simplest. Yeah.
But it's just stunning. And you can't do it, of course, without the products that we've got on the show today. Part of the one-day special there, that lovely, beautiful crochet border edge there. You're getting more than one in there, of course. You're getting 4 of those dies. You can make them longer, do whatever you want with them. Let's just give you another reminder of some of the other items on the website as well. And we'll give you a final reminder, I think, of the one-day special, and I will find some more samples to show you as well, I think, because we have got other things to show you that we've not actually highlighted really during this hour. So there we are, the website. You can see absolutely everything on the show, plus more. Don't forget the wildflowers on there as well. There's so much to see. That cardstock's brilliant as well. Oh, don't forget that tool. You've got that Sizzix die brush there with the foam pad and the die pick bundle, especially if you're going for the one-day special, because you don't want to be picking all those little bits out separately. You're going to do it in no time with those. Amazing. Now, the one-day special is here. Let's give you another reminder about this. We will see some more samples because we have got some stunners here as well. There's one or two more at the back, but I do want you to have a really good look at everything. So let's just have a look at all the individual items once more. So we've got that beautiful flourish there. Now, this can be used in so many different ways. I love the idea of that faux embossing as well, Pete, that we've mentioned, and you can see on some of the samples. Gorgeous. Then we've got our intricate lace die there. Stunning. We haven't seen it used during the show, but I know we're going to see it in demonstrations. I don't know exactly what you did in the early show. I managed to catch some of it, but not all of it. But do keep an eye out on tomorrow's shows as well. Then we've got the elements here at the bottom. These are fabulous. Now only available in the one-day special. I have got to remind you of that. These are just perfect. There is no set theme to this whole bundle. There is so many elements that work together. They all work individually. You've got those domes in there as well, 12 of those. Use them. You can see the little snowman on there, but you know, it's not just about Christmas. We'll show you some samples using them in different ways. There's that crocheted border. It is absolutely gorgeous. You can make long lengths of that as well. You can make the shorter lengths as Peter's just used in the demonstration. It is a stunning kit. And better than that, you're saving £9, £45.95, 107312. But we want to see one or two more samples. These, I think, are so sweet. Using the elements from the one-day special, and of course those domes. Wait until you see these. Oh, we see the little bus there, the little London bus. Look at that. I love that. Now, I did see on the earlier show, Pete, one part of the show that I did see was you were doing the American flag with you. You were doing, yes, you were.
That's right, yeah.
Very, very clever. Again, something that's very simple. Do get that on rewind if you missed the launch show. You don't want to miss out on any of the demonstrations. That is effective. Isn't that lovely? I love the cactus there. Look at the background as well. It just goes to show you do not need a big area to create something so amazing. I just absolutely love that. Just look at it. It's so sweet.
It's a wonderfully put together die. It really is. And that die set, you know, it says there are 9 dies in the set, but with all the little elements, there's 76 different cuts in that set.
Wow. Now they can see one of the New York ones there. We've got various different samples on that theme as well. Very clever techniques. Do go and look at that. You don't want to miss out on that. I'm sure everybody's going to be having a go at these. Anybody who gets the one-day special, or whether they've gone for the individuals before they sold out, you're going to have so much fun with this. Absolutely gorgeous samples. Look at that, the little palm trees as well. I love the postcard idea. Really
yeah, I just thought it was a nice way to showcase the different dyes, to be honest with you. But I mean, you can use them. You don't need to have the globes. You can use these individually, because with the set comes a circle and a base, so you can do it like a little snow globe as well. So you don't actually need the globes there.
Look, I've gone all soppy. Look, Daddy's girl there. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Another one that I did spot when I was watching from the lounge earlier is this one. Again, this is so clever. So the colours you've used there, is that the same technique as we did at the top of the show? I'm saying
no,
we, you did it, Pete, not me.
Slightly different. Slightly different, that one. And again, it's the faux emboss. So we put the intricate lace over some bubble ups, then we die cut the heart.
Wow.
So it looks like it's a textured die cut, but it's actually not.
I've spotted those bolts in there as well. That die where you get so much more than the bolts, but you'd pay every penny just to get those bolts because they're amazing. Now, it has been a lovely... I'm so glad I was on a late today because I got to do a one-day special again today. It's been an amazing day. Pete, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck for tomorrow. You're not going to need it because it's absolutely flying. Coming up now, we're back with the family favourites. We've got Bee Craft to join the girls just right now. Then it's Sizzix Tim Holtz one-day special. Yet again, sewing online, live at the NEC to follow that. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll see Pete's demos.
Are you wanting to shop till you drop, or pick up some inspiring hints and tips from your favourite experts from the world of craft? Do you need to restock your crafty stash? If the answer is yes, then head off to the Creative Craft Show. Receive your buy one get one half price tickets when you use code EV160. So why not treat yourself and a friend to a fantastic day out?
Welcome to the Deal Wheel. Join us from Thursday the 4th of April at 6 p.m. to Monday the 8th of April at 6 p.m. where the wheel will be in control of your rewards. At the start of every hour, we'll spin the wheel, and where the needle lands, the deal is dealt. You can benefit from amazing savings and extra offers, but for that live hour only. So you'd better get in quick. You can have the opportunity to benefit from either 10% off everything ordered in the show, free standard PMP, £5 off an order of £25 or more, entry to win a dream day at Hochanda, or even numerous freedom discounts. It's all up to the deal wheel. So tune in from Thursday the 4th of April at 6 p.m. for the deal wheel. Remember that it's the wheel that's in control.
This set of 100 powerful neodymium magnets are an essential staple for scrapbookers and album makers alike. Ideal for creating fastenings for your albums and envelopes or for use in your scrapbooking projects, these incredibly strong 10mm magnets offer a firm fix and a smart finish. To add this to your crafting stash, go to hochanda.com.
Wakey wakey, rise and shine. Welcome to Good Morning Hochanda, your daily breakfast fix of your favourite crafts at 7 a.m. Whilst you're getting ready to start the day, join us every morning for the deal of the day. A product available at a special price but only for 24 hours or while stocks last. Part of your morning routine should also be the sunrise specials. Your favourite crafting items available at a special low price but only for the hour. Tune in to Good Morning Hochanda and start your day with a deal.
Well, hello. Look who I've got with me. I've got the girls here. Of course, it's Be Crafty, Bev. Hello. And Sam.
Hello.
Now, both girls are going to be demonstrating today, so that's a treat. Now, of course, it's part of our family favourites. It's our ongoing event. Last day today. Now, tell us a little bit about yourselves, ladies, just in case there is anyone, you know, who's tuned in for the first time.
My name's Beth. Basically, Be Crafty is a family company. I mean, the Family Favourites event is all about family favourites, but we are actually a family company. So there's me and Sam. Sam's my sister. You know, you know, it's not just a random one I've picked up. And whatever. But my mum actually began Be Crafty in 2001 stroke two. And basically, we just developed from there. You know, I was at uni and then I came back and I started working with my mum and we started putting things together, and then we got Sam back involved because she was the one that originally helped mum set it up, and now my dad does all the laser cutting as well, so it's all of us together.
It is, and what a lovely scenario there. What, you know, you must get on so well together to work together.
Most days.
Most days. I'm sure most days. Rough days, but no. We do. And I can just imagine the whole family together being. It just must be a wonderful situation.
It is a laugh a minute. I have to say, it's a laugh a minute.
We have a bit of a hoot, and we get the kids involved as well. You know, they're like, when it's packing sort of things that they say, oh, can we help? Can we help? Because I think they, you know, they see what we do and they just want to be part of it as well.
Wonderful. Well, it is a great story, and of course, because it's family favourites, we do have a giveaway. And what a giveaway we've got for you! Wait until you see this. This is incredible. Now, we're going to show you on the screen the image, and when I tell you the value of it, you're going to fall through the floor. Now then, we've got a fantastic prize here. It's for this hour, of course. We're going to announce the winner at about 10 to 1. Now then, the way that you're going to be entered into this prize draw is if all you have to do is buy something from this hour, from the show, anything from the show at all, you will automatically be entered into the prize draw. And it is an amazing bundle. Just tell everyone, ladies, what that bundle's worth.
That bundle is worth over £180.
Wow.
Basically, we wanted to put together, because it's such a fun event, the Family Favourites event is such a fun event, and we wanted to put together an absolutely brilliant prize for the prize draw, because we appreciate you all so much. Everybody that tunes in and purchases other things, we really do appreciate you so much. And we wanted, and this was our chance really, to put together something to show you that. So the prize in it, it's got stamps, it's got MDF, it's got a Be Crafty apron as well. Yours will be significantly cleaner than mine. Thank you very much. You know, so it was just our opportunity to basically show you how much we appreciate you.
Wonderful. I think there's 12 stamp sets, and that's stamps alone. As Bev said, MDF, you can see the apron there as well. What a great prize. Now then, all you need to do, as I've said, is buy just one item if you want. If you want to buy more, you can, but anything from this show, you'll all be entered into that prize draw. Now let's start here as well, because we've got brand news today. Before we do show you these, we're going to send Sam off actually for our demonstration to get ready.
I will be
You're
going
going to be first in line, aren't you? If you notice us going up and down in height today, we're having a little bit of a box here.
We are.
It's because we've got such a wonderful
We've made
display
Catherine
of
look really
products.
tall, look. Catherine's tall.
I know. And if you hear any creaking, it's not my knees, it's the box. Now, we're going to start in. Now, these are fabulous.
Thank you.
Now, designed by your good self.
Yeah, I sat down and I really wanted to. Sam's been producing her own ranges for a little while now. And I've got to be honest, I was sort of like, yeah, I've got to get involved in that. Yeah, I've got to have a go. And I sat down and I've got to be honest, it just flowed. It was really nice producing the sets. And I, as daft as it sounds, I draw slightly differently from Sam, whereas Sam draws everything individually.
Yeah.
On a sheet of A4, whereas I'll draw something the sort of size I want it to be and then work in all the little extras around it. And what I really enjoyed is, daft as it sounds, I love the central images on all of these, because you've got the bird, the butterfly, that nice big flower, the dragonfly, but what I really liked adding in was all the small elements, the little things that you can just put in to make your projects just a bit more fun. And I absolutely loved them.
You can see them in the samples. We've got some boards to show you as well, but let's give you the details. Now, the stamps here, available in a bundle with a great saving. They are available individually as well for $16.99, but your savings there in the bundle. £14 saving, new today. Now then, oh, look at these. We've got the butterfly, we've got the dragonfly, we've got the girl and the bird. Item number 830014, new today. Now you can take this over FlexiBuy as well. 2 payments of £26.98. Now we are already approaching a quarter of the stock gone, and these are your extra large ones as well. We've got more coming up. We've got regular size as well, but these are the extra large. Absolutely fantastic. Now then, if you do want to see the regulars, we've got the same designs, but obviously in the regular size.
I'm tentative on the box, I can't lie. I am.
I'll hang on to you, Bev, don't worry.
I'm sorry, darling, I reckon I could take you.
other.
I really could. That would be a comedy. To me more.
Oh dear.
Right.
Now then, oh, a little bit of news for you. The girl, I'm not surprised about this either, the girl has now sold out individually
in
this size, in the regular.
Okay.
So the only way to get her currently is in this bundle here. Now, as I said, the same designs, but in the regular size. So let's have a look at the details there. We need to show you some samples as well. We can see some on the front of the counter, but we're going to show you a little bit closer some of the samples in a little while as well. So saving £5 on the regular bundle, just £34.96. Now you're getting, really, if you think about it, you're getting one of the sets at half price there, so you are making that saving. Individually, these are £9.99 each. Item number 369969. Now let's have a look at some samples, Bev, because we can, just by looking at these, we can see what we're getting with the XL as well, but obviously you're going to get the larger ones.
Definitely.
So these are all done with the regular size. Isn't that stunning?
It's stunning. This, I have to say, all of the DT, absolutely loved them all. They really did. And they have produced some amazing samples. This one's by Jane. It's this gorgeous little wreath that she's made using the small flowers, and then she's glossed them all over, and it's absolutely stunning. It's just such a lovely little project.
It is. And do you know what? You could go with any colours whatsoever, but to me, I just love the brightness of those as they are. But if you want to go monochrome, you could do dragonfly.
Yeah, so this is the small dragonfly, and you've got all that detail in there. And what Lorianne's done, she's used her texture discs and other things, and the small borders, like I was saying about those small little details to add in. You know, they're just so handy, and you can just add so much with them.
You can. To be honest, Bev, that was what I noticed about the samples. First, it was all those elements in the background, and I thought, do you know, I had to look, and then I realised size that you were getting them on the stamp. So you've got that main image and you've got those so usable
just the
elements
gorgeous
in
little
the
doodle
background
elements.
as well.
This one is lovely. I think it's by
That's
Karen.
clever.
And what she's done is she's used some of the borders and some of the small elements to create this sort of flower border across the bottom, and then put the other in and just highlighted with a little colour. And so, like you were saying about, you know, the bright colours look great, but you can do it in greys and then just highlight with one really good colour. And it's brilliant.
You can, can't you? Now then, I love this one as well. The simplicity of it is absolutely fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Again, that doodle sort of border around it, the style of the flowers. Oh, I've got to show you the rest because I'm just looking down. So I'm going to quickly go through these. There's the bird. Isn't that gorgeous?
The bird was the first thing I drew.
Oh.
Out of all of it, the bird was the first thing I drew.
Is
and
it?
Sort of everything else sort of followed how I did him. I see him as a him. I see him as a him.
Do you?
Yeah.
It could be a him or it could be a her, couldn't it? Now, individually, there's only one available left. The butterfly is the only one left available as an individual, and it's limited stock. So this bundle is very soon going to be the only way you can get any of these stamps. And you are making that saving there, aren't you? You are. These are a great workable size. They're so beautiful. Approaching a quarter of the stock of this particular bundle, now gone. This is the regular size, of course. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, then, we're going to step down.
I'm going to be so much taller than you unless you go along. Honestly,
now we've got
you never knew I was 6 foot, did you? Marvellous.
Oh, come down, come down. We've got our inkables now. Now, I love your stencils, Bev. They're so usable.
They're gorgeous.
They are.
Mum put these designs together. So Mum did these
well done, Mum.
specifically to go. I have to say, it was really a combination of all of us working together to get this entire collection ready. So Mum did the designs of the inkables to really go with, so you can use these to create a really soft background. You can emboss them on your machine, so if you just wanted to do a decoupage layer on top. So there's lots you can do with them, and like I say, because they are made from that really heavyweight mylar, you can emboss them. You get great texture with your texture paste. So there's so much you can do.
There certainly is. Beautiful designs, and they complement the stamps so perfectly, of course. £11.99. New today, 677562. And you are getting your butterfly, your multi-flowers, your multi-butterfly away. Now then, we've got more stencils for you. We've got the Dinkables now. Now, I love these. This is set number 6.
Yes.
Because obviously you started with these a while ago.
Yeah,
the set's still available, of course.
Yeah,
these
they're
are
all on the
new
show,
ones.
so if you wanted to click along, they'll be there. So yeah, this is set 6 again, which Mum put together. That sounded grammatically rubbish, but anyway, Mum put these designs together again to go with these designs. So you've got the little bird feet on there. You've got the little bird tracks. You've got the little sewing one, which I think is really useful because you've got the 3 separate ones there. The stripes and the dots, and the leaf where you get the innie and the outie, so you can use it as a mask as well. And then the zipper, which is just funky, basically.
It is. Do you know, I'm looking at the screen there. I'm looking at the new designs, and ideas are popping into my head, so
it's all going on.
Very busy for these as well already. Oh, how much has gone, Lottie? Approaching a quarter of the stock gone. So the set of 6, they're just £9.99. New today, 267083. Now we do have some MDF for you, so we're going to move down. Brand new again for you here today. Now these, I love the board that you've done to show everything off. These are fabulous. Now look at the price on these. Wow. £12.99. You're going to get the plaque trio with the doodle art embellishments. Now, there's a lot there.
There is a lot there.
Kit.
And I'm glad you complimented the board. That was Mother again. She's been doing loads for this show, I tell you.
Wow.
So the nice thing is, if you look at the board here, you can see you've got that plaque trio. Now, obviously, you can use these individually, but they've also got the holes lasered into them if you wanted to do it as a hanging trio. So you've got the 2 options there. Well, you've actually got 3, I suppose, because you could do 3 individuals. Excellent. But what you also you'll see in there is the doodle art embellishments. Now, if you look at the dragonfly, the flower, the bird, the butterfly, etc., these have been cut so that you can fit the XL stamps on the top. Okay?
Yes, I've got some samples as well here.
Exactly. So if you've got the XL stamps, they will stamp and fit directly on top of these laser cut MDF embellishments. Okay. So if you want to layer up with your mixed media or add those 3D elements to your plaques, you can do that because your stamps are going to fit over the top.
These are fabulous, Bev. A great price. 24 elements. Now, I'm just going to point out, because I'm holding it very steady, we've got the coloured in bird there, but look at the wing. It is separate. So you have got that 3D degree of elements in there as well. Let me just show you one or two more as well, because we've got the flowers, just to show how beautifully they stamp and how perfectly they fit, of course, because they've been made to go together. So you have got the detail that you can stamp directly onto the MDF there. Item number 347855. Fantastic kit. Yeah. Now there's lots more to see and lots more, not just stamps, there's MDF extra items on the website. Do have a little look there. Do shop ahead of us. We're very busy already. We're going to go to the demonstration area with Sam. We've got that coming up, but do shop ahead and have a look at everything. Don't forget as well, very important, we've got that prize draw going on, so anything that you order within this hour, you will be entered into the prize draw. Now, the only stipulation I'm going to give you is make sure you check your baskets out before 10 to 1, because we need to give the announcement of the winner, of course. Now, very, very busy out there, so don't forget to check those baskets out, because if you don't check your baskets out, you won't be entered into the prize draw. You might miss out on some of the items that you really, really want.
Don't want to miss out on that prize,
We certainly don't. Now then, Sam, what are we going to do?
Well, isn't it lucky that Bev's drawn all these stamps and I get to play with them first?
So we're going to do that.
I think I've done quite well there.
This is the first time I've worked with you on a show where you've actually demonstrated, I think. It's been Bev on everyone, yes.
See, she just doesn't like to let me out to play. So guess what? Play we shall. Wow. So I am going to grab the XL butterfly off there. Now, I have already pre-stamped him and cut him out, because the cutting out can just get a bit boring, can't it? But I just wanted to show you the quality of these stamps when we go. So, brand new one.
Lovely. Oh, look at the detail coming through already.
So yeah, if I sort of sit him on top of there, you can see the detail straight away, and we haven't even stamped him yet.
And I can see you using the slim acrylic blocks there. They're available on the website as well. You get
super skinny slims.
£19.99.
Yeah, £4. And with the XL stamps, so for example, the girl's face, she fits on the biggest one.
Does she? Yeah. Wonderful. Yes, you do. I know you make sure that everything works perfectly.
That's the thing. It's when we do this, we've got to make it easy for you guys as well.
Look at that.
So what you'll get in there is the exact detail that Bev's drawn, these little doodle parts here, and it just looks brilliant.
Do you know, I so love that. I'm actually going to just turn that round so we can see it, because I know you've got one cut out, so we're going to lose the doodle bits, but they, to me, just make that stamp. I love it. I love to see, you know, when you do the doodle backgrounds, the paint splatters, things like that. You know, you can work with it so easily. It just adds something, it pulls everything together, it balances everything.
Like you say, draws it all in. Now, what we're going to use off the same set is the square border. Bev's going to come back and wonder where all her stamps have gone. But that's all right, because I'll no longer be here, so it doesn't matter. Now, the other thing, if I just can show you something quickly. This stamp is obviously straight.
Yep.
If you wanted to have a slight bend to it, you could, because you've just got enough grip, then you could pick it up.
Lovely.
So I just want to show that is an option.
I like that.
I don't know if you can see that, but there we go. I'm not going to do that, I'm going to use it straight, but I just thought I should show you.
No, it is nice though with the polymer stamps. If you have got borders, especially the doodle borders, they look really quirky. If you put them maybe on a curve and you bend them about.
Well, that's it. If you're going to use it for like the stalk of a tree or something like that. Now, I'm not going to ink up all of that, because we're going to use this as a border. Now, I've got a little. I was going to use the term magical. I don't think card can be magical, can it? But if it could, this would be it. She says. Well, that's not going to work, is it?
There you go.
There we go, all set. And the other thing about this is, because of the doodle style Bev's got here with these stamps, you can't actually get it wrong.
No, again, just the detail, the little corners there where you've got the little sort of L signs in the corner, it just sets them apart from other stamps that are a little bit plainer. You've got that detail in there, it adds to the interest, but as you said, Sam, these are so usable, and it doesn't matter if you miss a little bit, whether you're not brilliant at stamping, they're just going to work.
I'm just going to pinch a bit of that for a second.
Okay. Oh,
And the thing about it is, I'm using the blender mat here. In the pack of blender mats, you actually get 3, so you can use those for this either side. So we're going to go about there.
Okay, well, of course, Sam's using the XL set. Now, we are approaching a third of the stock now gone on the XL. Of course, if you want the regular size, they're still available as well, but we've got the details on the screen there for the XL. We've got a great price on there for your little Freedom price of £53.96, saving £14, and available on a flexi buy as well. Item number 830014. Fantastic designs.
Go that way again.
Oh, I love that.
So it's just to give us that border. And because they're the doodle style, if you sort of overlap it, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, does it? I quite like that, where you've gone over the edge there and they've kind of got 2 bits doodled together.
That's it. So I like to use the term ish. It's about right, ish. It'll go there, ish.
I love how you're using foam pads as your mask at the other side.
Well, you just have to go with whatever you've got.
Actually, that just shows how good these slims are.
The nice thing about them,
they're flexible, aren't they?
You've just got that little bit of flexion in there that sometimes you need when you just don't get it quite where you want it. But the nice thing about it is we've got a border there that looks like it's meant to look.
Love it.
Apart from this little bit there, but that's all right because we're going to put a butterfly on it. And
we're not short of butterflies, are we, in this show?
Well, no, we're not. Now, I'm going to... When you colour in, everybody colours differently with different materials. I'm going to just paint a few of these odd boxes in different colours with the oxides. Sort of blues and greens feels. And we've got... I'm so glad there was water in there.
Oh, I like that colour.
Just random, nothing too precise. I'm not sort of... I have though, haven't I? Look, I've missed through.
It doesn't matter though, does it? As you say, random.
That's it. So just
no need to count, just go for it.
Pops of colour. And I think because Bev's we'll put a butterfly there as well. There's going to be loads of butterflies. The nice thing about this is though, because Bev's done such a good job with the doodle style of it, it doesn't leave much for us to have to think about. So what it means is, just grab a cloth. What it means is that there isn't, Bev's sort of taking care of all that for us. So there isn't a great deal to do. So again, just pops of colour.
Oh, very busy on the XLs. Actually, what I'm going to do, if it's all right, just as Sam's colouring in there, we've got the boards here so you can see exactly what you're getting. So these are the XLs. Obviously, same design for the regulars, but if you want the larger ones that Sam is actually using now, look at these so you can see how they stamp out. And there's some inspiration for colouring. So there we've got our butterfly one. Let's just turn that over. We've got our birds. Oh, I just think these are fab. I really do. Let's have a look at these as well. Obviously, there's our girl. Now then, I can tell you individually, the girl is the most popular. For the XL, $16.99 individually, and the girl is approaching half the stock. Now, there's the dragonfly there. Of course, you're getting so many other elements. Do take note of the doodles, those background elements as well, just so you can see there, because you're getting so much on these stamp sets.
I've got to say, when Bev coloured those images in, I sort of looked at them, and you sort of look at it and you think, I don't know if I can do that like she's done it. But the nice thing is about crafting this way, it isn't about how someone else has done it, it's about how you want to do it, the projects you want to make, and how they fit in with your needs, with whoever you're making for.
Of course,
and I think all of these stamps, you can sort of dress them up, dress them down, and the nice thing is, they've done most of the dressing for you.
They really have. And you know, the best thing about crafting for me, it is about having fun. You know, a lot of us do make and sell or we gift, but it's about having fun. And if you're having fun with a project or a product, then it's done its job, hasn't it? It really has.
Absolutely. Now, I had fully intended...
I know what's coming now.
I had fully intended to put... Are your butterflies boys or girls? I think this is a boy. Now, he was going to sit up there. Can you see my problem?
I can see your problem, just slightly.
But guess what? This is where... So if you look at all of these sets, they've got some great little accents on them. So we are going to go with the small honeycomb off the small butterfly set, we are going to find this super skinny slim that I was using a minute ago.
Okay.
Oh, looks a bit lost on there, but it's going to be fine.
Details for the smaller set now on the screen as well. Again, you're making a saving of £5, just £34.96 is going to get you all 4 stamp sets, and there's a lot per stamp. Now then, we're approaching a third of the stock gone on these as well. If you break that down for the amount of stamps, you're getting 35 stamps in total there. So you're paying for 3 and getting 1 almost half price there. So it is, you are spending less to get the full bundle. Individually, £9.99. If there's any left, I know we were very quickly out of stock of a lot of them. The butterfly is the only one that's hanging on in there as an individual. So if you want the girl, the dragonfly, the flowers, the only way you can get them is the bundle. And it's an amazing price.
So what I've done with this is I've just sort of bent it so that the wings stand out. Now, obviously, when you're posting, think about the 3D pads that you're using. So we're going to bob that in the middle there. And look, you can't see where I went. Slightly. Just
it's
a little
almost
bit.
As though you dropped that water there on purpose.
I know. Can you imagine if I actually had done that? And then we're going to do something really naughty. We're going to pinch